that's crass or something, but Brooke Baldwin clutched her pearls and demanded that he never be welcomed back on CNN, and she got her way. He was banned from CNN. Now Brooke Baldwin is singing a different tune now that she needs people to click on her content. She's got a new book called Casual Sex, Empowering, Dumb, Leaky. It's vividly graphic about her newfound, very active sex life now that she's single and a certain age, and she doesn't seem quite so, well, CNN.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Visit aquablation.com. Aquablation.com. That's aquablation.com. Visit aquablation.com. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include, but are not limited to, urinary symptoms, mild pain, infection, or less frequently, urethral or rectal injury, or ejaculatory dysfunction. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more.
It's time for Talktivities on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Do you have an item for Talktivities? Email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Applications are now open for the next class of Leadership Roswell. Apply by 5 p.m. Friday, July 31st. Leadership Roswell is the longest-running leadership training program in the state of New Mexico and is dedicated to equipping the current and future leaders. Sign up today at roswellnm.org. New Mexico families now have free access to more than 50,000 digital books through Rally Reader New Mexico at rallyreadernewmexico.com. This New Mexico Public Education Department initiative helps students of all ages stay engaged in reading during the summer months. Reading just 20 minutes a day can make a big difference.
If you have an item for Talktivities, email it to calendar@pvbcradio.com. That's calendar@pvbcradio.com.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
This hour from Town Hall, Amit Thomason. The NYPD may have a hate crime on its hands.
The New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch says the attacker yelled Allahu Akbar, God is great, in Arabic as he stabbed 2 men on the Upper West Side near Central Park. One of the men was clearly Jewish and wearing a yarmulke on his head. Police say he was walking out of a synagogue and was stabbed in the torso with a screwdriver. Then police say the suspect jumped another man who was Asian and stabbed him in the back with a knife. Both men taken to the hospital for treatment.
Correspondent Laura Winter says police are holding a person of interest. Explosives-laden drones targeted a city in northern Iraq where U.S. forces are stationed, and sirens were heard in Bahrain earlier today. Came hours after the American military reported finishing its 13th night of strikes on targets in Iran. The Trump administration withdraws subpoenas issued against 3 New York Times journalists.
Those subpoenas had sought testimony from those reporters in front of a grand jury as the government investigates what it says are leaks about the safety and security measures on Air Force One. President Donald Trump recently began using a Qatari-donated jet, a Boeing 747 that the Times reported lacks certain safety features, including anti-missile defenses. The government reached its decision to withdraw the subpoenas at a hearing where Judge Arun Subramanian criticized the Justice Department's decision-making. The judge said that rules and legal precedents require other investigative steps before seeking subpoenas.
Correspondent Michael Sisak. Ukraine's moving ahead with plans to produce Patriot air defense systems, this after getting a green light from President Trump. Wall Street ahead of this morning's opening bell. The Dow futures are up 173 points. NASDAQ futures 5 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So, yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds, too. Get a quote right now at 800-555-2085, 800-555-2085, or biglou.com.
At least 50 people are dead, 700,000 forced out of their homes by widespread flooding triggered by torrential rains across parts of India.
The devastation is due to monsoon rain that overflowed the Brahmaputra River, one of Asia's largest, that originates in China's Tibet region. Officials say, cascading through Assam, the river has flooded villages, swept away homes, and forced nearly 300,000 people into government-run relief camps. Nearly 900 villages have been submerged and more than 7,000 homes without electricity. Authorities are providing food and relief supplies to flood victims, including airdrops from helicopters. Experts say human-caused climate change is intensifying South Asia's monsoons, which traditionally run from June to September and again from October to December. I'm Charles Villaverde.
Spain's government declaring a national emergency, multiple wildfires forcing evacuation of 10,000 people. News and analysis, townhall.com. The earthquake disaster in Venezuela continues to unfold.
Every day, more bodies are pulled from the ruins of collapsed apartment blocks, particularly in the worst affected state of La Guaira. With tens of thousands left without permanent shelter, international aid agencies are trying to provide basic support with tents, hot food and clean drinking water. The government of the interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, has distributed the first 200 homes to some of the affected families. The country's public works minister, Juan José Ramírez, denied to the BBC that the social housing, which collapsed at several sites, was inadequate, saying that both public and private buildings were unable to withstand the magnitude of the twin earthquakes.
The BBC's Will Grant. President Trump's latest set of tariff hikes has provoked heated objections from America's trading partners. The administration announcing extra tariffs of 10% to 12.5% on 60 countries. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Friday, everybody. We're finally here.
Fired up, too.
Yes.
It was a very long night.
Yeah, Sean's not a little under the weather this morning. He, I think he met his match with some kind of food.
You know, you put your trust in certain things, and I always felt I could put my trust in corn. With all the other vegetables that have gone awry, I thought I could put my faith in corn. The good news is I don't think it's the thing.
Good.
I think
The explosive diarrhea bug or whatever it is.
The factory down south has settled down for the evening shift, but the factory up north has been heavy at work overnight.
I'm sorry.
What are you gonna do?
I'm familiar with this world.
It's a fun way to live your life. But yeah, happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. Hope you have good play. It's gonna be hot.
It is gonna be hot.
It's all orange. Although they're saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
It rain this afternoon, this evening.
All right.
They're giving us like a little 20% this afternoon and a 30% this evening. So hopefully we get some.
That's like when your boss throws you a pizza party after a good quarter. It's like we get a slice of pizza and a cup of soda. Thanks. There's your 20% chance. Enjoy that.
Well, I'll take that piece
basket.
of pizza.
I'll take any cloud cover I can get.
Little piece of pepperoni fall off. I'll take it. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, it's still the 1-0s, 106 today, 100 tomorrow, 100 tomorrow.
Ooh,
it's gonna be like Shangri-La.
Yeah.
103 Sunday, 105 on Monday, 105 on Tuesday. So yeah.
Not showing any signs of stopping.
Nope.
Find yourself some shade, some refuge, some air conditioning. Hopefully that works. Knock on wood.
I feel like it's also like the last little hurrahs of summer.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know it's still technically July.
Yeah.
But like the kids and all that go back like the first part of August.
August 3rd, I believe, is the day back.
And so it's kind of it, you know. Even though like Labor Day is not a month and a half away or whatever it is, you know, it's still, once the kids go back, summer's not feeling summer no more.
The good news is the tax-free weekend actually falls before the school year for the first time in a couple of years.
Yeah.
So
it's August the 1st, I believe.
Not this week. July 31st through August 1st, yeah. Through August 2nd.
Excuse me, that weekend. Which is also the same time as the Chaves County Health Fair.
Yes, it is.
That'll be that Saturday. They'll have the 5K run, which will be helping the Boys and Girls Club that morning. And then they have the actual event start, I think, from 10 to 2 at the mall.
Yep.
And they'll have Carrie will be in. Is it next week? I think it's next week to talk more about that.
It'd be next
Monday.
week.
Yeah, I think she'll be in on Monday to talk about that. So, but yeah, that's and then of course they'll be having the backpacks and the giveaways, all the stuff they normally do. So. But that'll be that weekend too.
Yeah, that's right. Big, exciting weekend right before school starts. We are smack dab in the middle of the dog days of summer. I believe they go until August 10th.
I don't know what the matter around here.
No, just
it's just.
It was just we had such a nice beginning to the summer. I mean, monsoon season was very good to us, and now it just feels like we're in the drolls.
And just turned up the thermometer and just let it. All right, well, set it for 500 and leave.
They did tell us to set our thermometers up. We decided to set ours to surface of the sun.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but so if you do have outdoor activities, plan accordingly. Hydrate, stay in shade, take breaks.
Yeah, give yourself plenty of, like they were doing during the World Cup, hydration break, which was really just a chance for another commercial break.
But soccer's a weird sport.
Yeah.
Just watching sports that Europeans love in general is weird. Just different.
I think it's just we've gotten so accustomed to our own sports that other people's sports just strike us as weird. Like, I love curling.
Yeah.
But it does kind of boggle my mind that traditionally in curling, the losing team buys the winning team beer, like a round. That's just like that's a weird caveat rule to have in an official sport.
Pull back the curtain. I think that's a general rule for any sport in Canada.
Is it?
Because that's the.
Oh yeah, Molson's.
I mean, because the hockey's the same way when it's beer league. It's the loser buys it.
Yeah.
You know. I would argue softball.
Yeah.
When men play softball, that's usually what the end result is.
When men play softball, there must be drinking afterwards.
So I don't know. Any game involved in a bar, darts, billiards, any of those.
I just you don't imagine after the Eastern Conference championships, the losing college team buys the winning college team around.
And
unofficially, sure.
Let's face it, curling is a bar game that just got too big.
Curling is for those people who really, really like to play shuffleboard, but not on a cruise ship, in the back of the bar at the Eagles.
Yeah,
they have a shuffleboard there at the Eagles, and that always kind of blew. I was like, that's an off-ship shuffleboard.
Yeah, I know. Only time I ever see him is. Although I did see, and this was before pickleball was a thing. They had a senior. It was a senior resort, whatever you call it, kind of like retirement community,
right?
And they had their activity center and all of that, and they had shuffleboard.
Really?
Shuffleboard courts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you call them, but they had designated shuffleboard playing.
One of those, and then there's other sports that have I don't know if they just didn't stand the test of time, or at least not around here.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard somebody talking about bocce ball outside of the movie Splash?
Again, it's in places where I saw the shuffleboard.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like an old person game.
But but it's a very competitive game.
Mm-hmm. Not cricket, croquet. Same situation. When you're out there with the.
I haven't heard anybody play croquet since the early 80s.
That's one of those yard games that I feel like maybe went the way of the lawn darts.
Yes, and badminton.
Badminton?
Yes.
Badminton's fun, though, just because you get to say shuttlecock.
But no one plays them anymore.
Nobody does. You know what? I'll be honest with you. It's hard. That is a hard game. That thing flies very fast. You're not doing you're not doing a run along, ball bounces. It's ping, 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 ping. It's hard.
You watch the Olympics when they do badminton in the Olympics. It's pretty crazy.
Right.
It's just whoa, backyard. It was. I'm just. Ooh, look how high it goes. Ooh, it was more goofing around.
That was me with lawn darts. Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But I feel like there was a time in the 70s that you could literally buy a kit that came with croquet, lawn darts,
and
a badminton
right.
set. Yeah.
It was a big box, and it had one net, and then all the stuff that goes around the net. That's and I know they still sell it, but when you were a kid, you had that reversible board that was either chess and checkers, or you reverse it, it was either backgammon or Chinese checkers.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yes. Yeah.
Which they don't play that in China. That's not a big game for them in China.
Pull back the curtain. I've never played a game of backgammon.
I've watched a game of backgammon get played. I still don't understand.
I've heard people talk about it, but I've never actually seen people play it.
Since we're on this tangent, you know what game is insanely popular, especially in Canada? Is what's the name? It literally just left my name. It's it's the horse race game.
Steeplechase?
Steeplechase, yes. Yeah. That's huge in Canada. That's their go-to, with us with Monopoly.
Yeah.
There's a steeplechase.
Right.
It's a big deal with them.
Good deal, I guess. Yeah.
I've seen it represented in Canadian TV.
Yeah. That's why they like curling. It
all
lines up.
It.
It all lines up.
It all makes sense.
All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. We are going to replay an interview this hour. Don Weld with the Alzheimer's Association joined us on Monday. Give us an update there. We'll play that here in a few moments. In the 8 o'clock hour, around 8:15 or so, we'll have Bill Williams, Chaves County Manager, join us. Give us highlights from last county commission meeting, other things happening around the county. And then Nook with Asian Market will join us in the 9 o'clock hour. And she's got some big news, big things going on in her world, so she'll give us that update in the 9 o'clock hour. Plus all the newses of the National Variety, Sports, Wall Street Business Updates, and all the other stuff. We'll have that for you, too.
Yes, sir.
And, of course, your weather, which I already told you is not going to be that good. Could get a little rain tonight, but here it is, officially, your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Lots of sunshine today and very hot. Afternoon highs will be at about 105. Very slim chance of an afternoon thunderstorm around Roswell, but sunny everywhere else. For the overnight hours, a shower or thunderstorm may pop up. We'll be in the mid-70s, and then lots of sunshine coming up on Saturday. Afternoon highs about 100, maybe a little bit over. 102 and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 77 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 54% with winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. We have a heat advisory for today that's going to officially take effect at noon, remaining in effect through 8 p.m. this evening because it's hot and going to be like a high of 105. But that being said, we do have a 20% chance we could see a shower or thunderstorm after 3 o'clock today. Otherwise sunny and a high of 106 with south winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight we're looking at a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly before midnight. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 75 degrees, southwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny and a high of 100 with winds out of the southeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Sunday, we're looking at sunny skies and a high of 103. Looks like winds out of the south 5 to 10 there. Monday, when you head back to work, sunny and 105. Yeah, it's all next week. 105 on Tuesday, 104 on Wednesday, 104 Thursday of next week. So it just continues. All right, it is 7:18. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we'll play our interview with Don Weld from the Alzheimer's Association on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Summer fun is almost done, but the savings roll on during the Roswell Honda Summer Event. Now through the end of the month, score an unbelievable rate on your next ride. Like 5.49% for up to 60 months on 2026 Civic Hatchback, 3.99% for up to 60 on 26 HRV and Accord Hybrid, 2.49% for up to 36 months on 26 CRV and CRV Hybrid, and an unbelievable 1.99% for up to 36 months on 2026 Ridgeline. The Summer Event on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd. Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
This summer, enjoy outdoor family fun with seamless Wi-Fi, now available from Plateau. Great news, Roswell. Construction on Zone 39 is officially complete. Save on the speed you need with Plateau. Switch today and get reliable, blazing fast speed to stream more, game more, and surf more than ever before. Plus consistent billing and no data caps. And with Plateau, you'll save more too. Call 1-877-PLATEAU or log on to plateautel.com today. Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Do you have missing teeth or would like them replaced? If you think dental implants are not affordable, think again. At Maupin & Brown Dentistry, their goal has always been to provide the highest quality dentistry in a state-of-the-art office at a reasonable price. They routinely treat patients that have traveled out of town for a consultation but cannot afford the treatment quoted. If this sounds like your story, come in today. As one of New Mexico's largest users of the world-class Nobel implants, they're able to purchase in volume and pass the savings on to you. So if you're missing a tooth or have loose dentures, call today for a free evaluation, which includes a free 3D x-ray. You'll be given treatment options and an honest evaluation with no hard sell, no arm twisting. But don't take our word for it. Just ask one of the thousands of patients they've treated. Maupin & Brown Dentistry, your choice for experienced, affordable, state-of-the-art dentistry. Call 627-0141 or visit maupinbrown.com.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
8 o'clock studio this morning, wearing his Alzheimer's Association hat this morning. Don Weld back with us. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm here.
You're here.
I'm above ground.
And that's always a start. Well, he's always got like 5 different projects going on with things. And, pull back the curtain is probably the main one right now is as we make progress on bringing a new Legion Hall here on East 2nd there for a post-61 family. He's kind of spearheading a lot of that going on.
Yep.
So spent a lot of his days out there.
Getting ready to knock it down. So.
Yeah, it's about to be a flat building here. And then it goes up from there, I guess. Right?
That's right.
It's going down. Now what comes up will be next.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
But that being said, Alzheimer's Association, of course, for folks that aren't familiar, their day job kind of thing is throughout the, families that are looking for resources to deal with Alzheimer's, they are that resource. Whether you,
yes, we are.
If you're newly diagnosed in the family and looking for help on places to go for more information and stuff, they're there for that resource. To everything from if you're the care provider and need help and things like that, there's resources through the Alzheimer's Association to help you navigate through that, to give you a break, to get you some people to help you take care of your loved one and things like that.
Go online, alz.org, and you can look up all of the stuff that Mike just mentioned, the caregiver stuff, assistance with your victim. I call it a victim because they are.
Absolutely.
We don't ask for any illnesses, but sometimes they just happen. So,
and unfortunately, there is no cure.
Not yet.
But the good news is, thanks to organizations like the Alzheimer's Association, there's been a lot of money raised, and there has been major advances in the disease and in treating and hopefully ultimately curing the disease.
Very positive.
Where someone that gets diagnosed, if they're diagnosed early enough with dementia, Alzheimer's symptoms. Through thanks to medicine, they can live a relatively long time
at a reasonably
normal life. Whereas if you asked that 20 years ago, that wouldn't be the case.
No, when my wife got it, it was just all we could do was watch her deteriorate.
Sure, you just watch and try to make it as comfortable as possible for that transition, and unfortunately, it usually isn't. But that being said, people are living a lot longer, living a lot more quality of life with it, and we are very close to finding a treatment or cure for this here, whether it comes in the form of a vaccination or we're actually reversing the effects and actually getting a cure for this. But and that kind of transitions to what the other side of the Alzheimer's Association is when they're not providing support and resources for families dealing with Alzheimer's. They're trying to raise as much money as possible so we can push over that goal line and have what we call the first white flower, which is going to be when you see the walk. That'll be the person that is in remission or is cured of the disease here.
Right. So that's what we're looking for. The Alzheimer's Association is one of those associations that's looking to wipe themselves out.
Right. Put themselves out of a job.
We want to get out of a job.
Yeah.
If we can find the cure and get that out there, then there won't be that need for the Alzheimer's Association. Right now, we have a tremendous need. Like Mike was saying, not just the walk and raising funds, but providing information and help, assistance for those who are afflicted with that disease, and the caregivers especially. The caregivers, the person who has the Alzheimer's may be at a point to where they don't even know
absolutely
that they're sick.
This is one of those diseases that impacts, all impact family, but this one more directly than
very
even
much
cancer or something like that.
And the caregiver gets the worst of it.
Sure, gets the brunt of it, because you're literally seeing a person you've loved your whole life change their entire makeup before your eyes. And they know not which they do on that.
No, they don't. And sometimes it's very violent. Yeah. Sometimes it's very reclusive, very hiding.
Yeah, and the minimal stuff is they don't remember you.
That's right.
That's the stuff they don't like. You're like, well, we had a whole life together. You don't remember me.
Yeah.
The worst stuff is the aggressive, the anger, the other side of it, where they may understand that something's not connecting, but don't know what's going on,
That's
and,
right.
and their reaction is anger and to lash out. So, yeah, it's
just sad.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for. We're here to help with that. Reach out.
Yeah.
You can find that help, again, at alz.org. And then there's the Roswell Walk. So,
and it's really hard to be a caregiver alone for that. Obviously, if you're the spouse or if you're a son or daughter of a person dealing with it, it's really hard to do that alone. And that's where, it's hard when you have a family support, but it's even harder when you're by yourself.
One person trying to do all that.
And sometimes, depending on the situation, that's all it is sometimes. And so, please, that's what the Alzheimer's Association does. They help folks getting that information, educate. And if it's an early diagnosis, obviously talking to your doctors and everything, but please reach out. See what support is out there. There is a whole group of people that have walked your shoes, that know exactly what you're dealing with. And I'm sure, especially for a new diagnosis, it's a lot to take in, and you're your whole world just got turned upside down.
Yep.
And you're now going to, try to figure that out, what's next. And the Alzheimer's Association can really make that transition. As sucky as it is, they're going to make it as seamless as possible for you to help you do that, that transition.
We're still, through alz.org, you can even get days off, where Alzheimer's will make provisions for somebody to come in while you go
take care of you.
What you got to do.
Go get your hair done, or go get a relaxing day, or
nails done, and
go golfing. Whatever it is you got to do to recharge your battery.
Or just maybe you need time to go shopping.
Go see a movie.
We'll get
kick
together.
back. Exactly. Whatever it is, just to get out of your head a little bit and recharge your battery, or take care of your own personal needs.
We can work that out.
That's exactly what they do, because unfortunately, especially if you're by yourself, you probably sacrifice your own needs to take care of that loved one. That's just what happens.
And you can't do that.
You can't, because you're not going to be good at it.
That's right.
Especially when you get to the later stages where the real mental hardships come in.
Right.
You're going to have to be at your mental and physical best for that, and understand that what you're witnessing is not personal. It's not. It's just the process of this disease is what it is, and
it really does hurt.
Yep.
The caregiver more so than the patient.
Sure. Well, it's the last thing you remember type situation, you know, and you always want to remember your loved ones and they're positive. But unfortunately, dementia for every one of those victims are going to end the same way, and it's usually not pretty. So it's just what it is. But that being said, please help us out. If you want to get involved, please. It's not too late it's never too early to sign up teams and putting organizations putting teams together. Basically, you sign up your team. They ask for kind of like a minimum of $500 to try to raise, but the more the merrier here.
That's right.
And our goal is to, like we said, to finally get that first white flower. So the much money as we can raise each year, that helps get us closer. And to my understanding, the one here in New Mexico, the one here in Roswell, is usually one of the last ones of the year.
It is.
And so one of the bigger ones too, if I remember number-wise.
We last year, Roswell, this walk raised more money than any other walk in New Mexico.
That's awesome. I'm glad to. Let's throw the gauntlet down and make it harder get everybody doing that.
That's right.
But that's awesome that Roswell is stepping up their game and doing their thing. And
they do a good job.
Now the target's on the back. You gotta the champs. You gotta repeat.
Yeah. So when you go online, then you search for Roswell Walk, and then you can sign up for your team online. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Or you can search a particular team.
Like if you just want to contribute to a team that's already been established, or if you got some friends or whatever.
My team is Photo Finish.
There you go. So when in doubt, just drop it into Don's team.
There
man.
you
He'll
go.
be happy.
Just go to photo finish, throw in a couple of thousand.
There you go. But if you want to start your own team, that'd be great too. But and it's all fun competition. But at the end of the day, we're all just thankful
the whole
that
idea
you can do it.
is to get that money in there for the research, so we can find that one with the white flower.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the actual event itself will be that first Saturday in November, as it usually. That's the date that it always is.
We're going to do that. We want to establish that as our go-to day. That's it. First Saturday in November.
Yeah, and it will be this year. It's going to be. Is it a Rustic Hay this year? Or is it downtown?
It's Rustic Hay.
The Rustic Hay complex this year.
Yeah, right across from the
It's kind of
World
moved
Bowl.
around from over the years, but that's kind of settled in as the home.
Yeah,
here.
we think that's probably going to be our best place there.
And so and we'll obviously talk more about it as we get closer to November here. But now is the time to start those teams. And the day itself is kind of a multi-layered event where they have traditions like the walk itself, and that's kind of, we celebrate those that are fighting the struggle. We mourn and honor those we've lost since the last walk.
Right.
They have usually the garden.
There's a garden,
is kind of an honor to honor those we've lost.
Get at your little windmill.
Yeah, your pinwheel, flower,
all that stuff. You sign in.
And then there is the walk, but it's a roller coaster. It's a fun event that we want to have a lot of fun with, but we also remember those we've lost, and and mourn those friends those we loved and lost on this.
And there's also going to be a lot of resources available there. Local entities who provide services. Mostly medical or assistance in some way.
Gotcha. So you kind of a one-stop shop for.
You can spend that day and learn a lot.
Yeah.
And maybe get some ideas and some help for your particular situation.
Yeah, I know it. Not just Alzheimer's or dementia related. If you're needing any kind of long-term care, senior care, any kind of or other medical, there's going to be people on hand that can kind of help you directly or put you in the direction of the people that you need to talk to.
In most cases, the dementia person gets to a point to where a caregiver just doesn't have the expertise or the ability to take care of them anymore. There will be people at the walk who can direct you or provide or offer home assistance, either in your home or at their facility, where the
depending on the patient's needs and based on that
they will be there also, and you can talk to them.
Sure. So it's kind of like long-term services, not quite the hospice area yet, but in that in between there, where it's a little above your abilities.
Yeah. And it happens. You get to that point to where it's just more. Most people are not medically trained enough to handle that.
Sure.
So you get to that point to where this is beyond me. There are even some nurses who get to that point to say, I cannot do this anymore. I need more help.
Sure.
And we're going to have to put them in a home.
Well, it depends on the patient. And let's just face it, if it's your husband, and he's a 6'5" man that weighs 270 or whatever, and you're 4'11", and it's hard
a little tough to handle them.
It's tough to handle that when you got to flip them over or whatever is needed to be done there. It's a lot of work, and I don't care. You may have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't have the physical ability to do it, you got to find resources to do that.
And usually that caregiver is the same age physically, chronologically, as the person who has the dementia.
Yeah, exactly.
And they may not be in the greatest of health themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, they got their own issues in medical, and I'm sure most of them can't handle a 200+ pound person, and move them around if they need to.
I had trouble with 140 pounds.
Exactly. And
she could be very strong.
Anybody that's ever tried to pick up like a sleeping or unconscious person, even if they're like 100-pound child, it's like it's dead weight. It's a sack of potatoes. It is heavy.
now, in the military, they taught us how to grab and throw that person over your shoulder and then run like crazy.
Oh yeah. You got to do that one quickly.
Yeah.
Watch Forrest Gump. There
you go. That's the
one. Watch when he's pulling people out of Vietnam. There.
Yeah.
That's that training there.
Yeah, but not everybody can even do that, unless you've been trained in it. That's not an easy thing to do.
And I'm going to take a guess when you can do all the training in the world.
Yeah.
But when there's actual live ordnance going off around you, that adrenaline kicks in. You'd be amazed at what feats of strength. You always see like the mom moving the car under the kid kind of thing. And you have those moments too.
That's right.
But anyway, bringing it back to the Alzheimer's side here, we would love to have the more teams sign up. It is a fun event too. Yes, we learn the resources and we honor those. But the idea is it's a community gathering event. We want to come and celebrate and have fun. So we love to get as many families and friends and just coming out there. Wear purple. That is the official color. So when people come by the complex and they see a sea of people in purple walking around, they're kind of like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Kind of tracks the eye a little bit. I know over the years they've done it done the courthouse lawn in different locations, but the Rusty K is kind of that where you got room to do what you're doing.
Yeah, and the track is great for that.
Yeah, and it's public. It is public enough, but it's safe. It's not like the courthouse lawn where there's a lot of traffic and a lot of potential for just something happening. So, but anyway, but that'll be in November here. But in the meantime, they can go to the ALZ.org, and then there's Find a Walk near you, and you just type in like 88201 or Roswell, and ours will pop right up like Don said.
Yep.
And that way you'll find links to sign up a team or contribute to a team, and
more teams. We want more teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So usually a new team brings in 3, 4, 5 people. Sometimes we've had whole companies set up and do their whole employees.
We'd love to do that. Come on down, and if you have multiple teams on your company, and then you can kind of do your own inter office competition or whatever. Fun. Make some fun with it. That's what we're saying. Is make this an event, and that's what generally a lot of people do, and that's what we love them for it, and so we appreciate that. But now's the time. I know November seems a million miles away, but my kids are going back to school like next week. And,
it's around the corner, so make it quick.
Yeah. And really, to ask to raise the money and things like kind of set as a ballpark number. About $500 a team is kind of what the average is. But certainly we're not handcuffing you or capping you. As much as you can get, better. The great, because at the end of the day, every dime of this is going to hopefully eventually create that cure.
At the walk, we will acknowledge the team that raises the most funds.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some shine.
Like a little shout out to you that hey, this team really got it on here.
Yeah.
They brought in $50,000 on the. Oh yeah, right.
That'd be good. Hey,
we'd love to, but
we're not seeing those kind of numbers yet. But that would be a amazing thing to have.
Yeah,
so.
We would like that. That would just really great.
Absolutely. And in the meantime, if you're dealing with this disease in any way, shape, or form, and you haven't reached out for resources, please don't hesitate. This is what the Alzheimer's Association does. They are there to help people navigate through this process. It is one of the most probably worst things that a doctor could tell somebody when they're dealing with something like this, and your whole world flips when this happens, I'm sure.
Yep.
And it's the person that is actually afflicted with the disease sometimes is the one who has the least amount of the awareness on what's going on, and the least amount of ignorance is bliss, so to speak. You know, and they're kind of in that state at some point. So that's why this is why it's one of those diseases that it's almost worse on the family than it is the patient in and of itself on this one.
I've seen patients who, when they're first told, they acknowledge it, they understand, they know what's going to happen, but a week later, they've forgotten it already. And now they're starting to drift into that nether zone where they don't know what's going on. Why am I feeling this way? Did something
it's like
happen?
You feel bad, but if your brain recycles or whatever it does to you don't remember, then you're like, well, I guess ignorance is bliss, literally. You know, it's like, what are we doing today? You just got to, I don't know, we're having steak and eggs. What are we doing today? I'm going to go take a walk. This is Tuesday is what I do, you know. They don't get it. Yeah, that's the disease. And that's the beginning stages, you know, down the road, and then it gets worse. Depending on
hallucinations.
Sure. Or they reverted to their 12-year-old self or something like that.
Anger modes that you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. Well, and then there's probably the those moments of they're trying
real
to
clarity. Yes.
relocate what they're trying and simply can't do it, and that's where the moments of anger and frustration and
that's right.
And where I mean, think about it. Can you imagine where someone your whole life you just know the sky is blue, and finally someone's saying it's not blue, it's green.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, no, it's not, it's blue, and that's kind of what they're going through. You know, that they don't. And I know that's a weird analogy, but that's kind of something is fact is being basically told not fact to them all of a sudden, and then they don't get it or understand it, and so your brain's kind of like, what do you mean? You know, you're just everything you're based on is being challenged, and that kind of messes with your head.
The world is not the same at all.
And all this is different, with Alzheimer's and dementia. That's why we say all, because some of these fall into Alzheimer's from a dementia, and then it's all the same id, but there's different variants and different. This is why it's so hard to find a cure for this, because there's so many. There's inclinations that it could be hereditary, but not necessarily. There's no, like with cancer or something, we're like, okay, this begat this, which begat that. That's what we know.
Right.
Whereas this, we don't have an origin story, so to speak. We have ideas. There is some hereditary, but not necessarily. There is some, some kind of other thing. Yes, there is environmental things, but not necessarily. It's like, yes, there are things you can do in your life to enhance this, but not necessarily. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so tricky to nail down.
We don't know where it all came from.
It's like lung cancer. You smoke 2 packs a day every day. That's what the lung cancer is. We figure that one out. Whereas Alzheimer's doesn't work like that. It's not like that. There isn't no history or no trail to follow to find an origin, because each path leads a different, it's a hereditary thing. Oh no, this is an environment thing. They're exposed to this half their lives, and this is why they got it,
We don't know.
Yeah.
Or we've had a couple of boxers who came up with Alzheimer's or dementia.
So there's a CTE,
might be the beating of the head.
You can have concussions. That's a path
football
to it.
players, with the concussions.
Yeah,
you never know.
Exactly. That's what we're saying here. It's all, and then you could never had a concussion your whole life and have one.
That's right.
And that's why it's so hard to kind of. It's like
Mom and Dad had Alzheimer's, so you got it.
Yeah,
well, maybe. Maybe that's why.
It's like trying to catch water with a net, It's not really
it's not going to work too well.
Exactly. So
it's a very slow process.
It is. But that being said, we have made so much progress in that we're close. We've kind of got to a point where we figured it out, and that's like I was saying at the beginning, you get diagnosed today, and with the medicine stuff, you could live 20 years
at least,
with a moderately normal life, and that's. And I feel like people that are getting diagnosed today are going to be the people that get the white flowers.
Somewhere in that group. Somewhere in that group.
People walking the earth today are going to be cured of this disease.
That's right.
And that's what I love about this.
Yep.
Whereas there was no hope of that 20 years ago. And now I'm like, you know what, your kids or maybe your parents could be the ones that we solve or we cure here. So go to alz.org. And then, like I said, find a walk near you.
Search for Roswell Walk.
Yeah.
And then you can find a team if you want, or start your own.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more the merrier, please. If you want to start a team, get your friends involved. They also got all kinds of ways to help you use your social media to spread the word, to collect funds and raise donations and all that kind of stuff. So they got all kinds of tools when you go there to do that. And
Facebook, TikTok, all of that stuff.
And certainly if you are looking for support, looking for help, please reach out. Go to alz.org.
They'll guide you to the proper place.
Yeah, and please, that way we can talk with you. If you need resources, either it's just someone to talk to or physical, I need someone to come to my house and help me, or something in between. Please reach out. That's what the Alzheimer's Association does. So, is there anything we wanted to cover, Don, that we got spaced on or sidetracked on or anything?
Not that I can think of right now.
Any other updates on anything else? Like I said, real quick, I know if you missed it last week, we were talking Friends of Bitter Lake. Beginning August 1st, the Dragonfly Festival tours and all that will go up online. So be on the lookout. We're weeks away from getting that
Getting ready
available
to call in and get your reservations.
Yeah, I know a lot of people
for
we
the
think
tours.
about because kids will be going back to school right around that same time there, the 1st of August, and so a lot of people tax-free weekends right around that time. So I know there's a lot going on during that time, but remember that's when the Dragonfly tours open up and everything, and they're free, but they are first come first serve. So
you got to sign up for them so we can get you on the buses.
And
as they go.
remember, there's the Dragonfly tours, there's the wildlife tours, and then there's the one Saturday morning early bird tour. And so if you want to get on that one, you sign up early because there's only one of them, and
That's right. And we can only take just so many.
The bus or whatever only holds so many people.
About what is it, 12 or 15?
Okay.
I think it's 12 that we can get on that.
Let's plan for 12, and it is 15. We'll call it a bonus.
There you go. There you go.
Good deal. And then again, alz.org. Find a walk near you. Type in Roswell. Or if you have friends in Rio Ranch or wherever, tell them to type in and sign up for their teams too. Spread the word. And you know what? I like to give Roswell some competition. We want all of us to be, raising as much money as possible here.
We raised nearly $50,000 last year. We want to see every walk in New Mexico do the same. That all that money will go right into research, and maybe we can find that cure.
It'll be so great. It'd be great to see people reverse.
I want to see that white flower.
Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be a great thing. And there's something I would like to see in my lifetime. That would be kind of neat,
I would like to too.
Every generation, certainly love to see a cure for cancer too, but that one's well, there's so many different variations of that and different types.
It's like dementias.
Yeah.
There's so many different variations.
Yeah.
Cancer's got so many different variations.
Yeah.
We hit one and we get that one taken care of, and then we got to do another one and another one. So hopefully Alzheimer's, dementia type stuff, if we find one, it will fall over into the others and assist in those.
Kind of make a domino effect.
Domino,
Yeah, and they can tweak the medicine according to the strain or whatever it is that they're doing. So, good deal. Well, Don, as always, appreciate the visit. I know you got a few fires to put out, so I'm going to let you do that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a busy week for me, too.
Yep. So, but stay cool. I know that's going to be the theme of this week, I think, is stay cool. and
keep those kids cool at that building.
Stay hydrated, yes.
Yeah.
Keep safe.
Don't
have. Sometimes we have to learn things the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they don't have to learn everything the hard way down there.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Yep.
They had to learn a few things the hard way last week, so hopefully they're done with that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Very good. Well, Don, as always, appreciate the visit. Anything else we can do, don't hesitate. Reach out.
Thank you, Mike. You have a great day.
You do, too. All right. You do, too. Yeah, that's what I was like. Did I say that right? It didn't sound right when I...
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. There's been a 13th night of military strikes between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump says that while Tehran is seeking a deal to end the conflict, they're not ready yet. Drone facilities and coastal surveillance sites were targeted in the latest round of U.S. attacks, according to U.S. Central Command. At least 7 explosions heard earlier today near a military base hosting U.S. forces in northern Iraq. Additional U.S. tariffs from 10 to 12.5% will be imposed on 60 countries. They're accused of failing to enforce a ban on goods produced with forced labor. 2 men, one Jewish, the other of Asian descent, hospitalized following separate knife attacks in New York City near Manhattan's Upper West Side. The opening bell sounding on Wall Street, stocks starting off the day mixed. More details, srnnews.com.
Today, let's talk about those food delivery robots. One just got hit by a train. Naturally, the train had the right of way. Another one plowed straight through a high school marching band, which also had the right of way. Another tumbled down a flight of concrete stairs. Are these things really ready for prime time? I'm Kim Commando for WebRoot. WebRoot Essentials Antivirus protects your devices without slowing you down. Right now, get 62% off at webroot.com/Kim. There's a viral video compilation of America's sidewalk delivery robots having very bad days. These little coolers on 6 wheels are popping up everywhere, hauling pizza, burritos, and burgers in dozens of cities. But when they fail, it's usually spectacular, blocking wheelchair ramps, wandering into traffic, getting dragged a half a block by a car driver who never saw it. Here's the part nobody's laughing at. These things are conducting business on your sidewalks, and eventually a human will get hurt. Start your mornings with coffee and my free newsletter. It's 5-star rated. Sign up now at getkim.com.
I've tried a lot of antivirus software over the years, and when something better comes along, I switch. That's why I've moved to WebRoot Essentials. WebRoot Essentials is a cloud-based AI-powered antivirus app that was designed to evolve with today's threats. It's fast, lightweight protection that works across all my devices without slowing me down. If you need another reason to switch, get this. WebRoot Essentials recently ranked #1 in independent Passmark performance studies against 9 other brands, like Norton, McAfee, and even Microsoft Defender. The study found that WebRoot Essentials scans 6 times faster, uses far less memory, and takes up 33% less space on your computer. I've seen the difference WebRoot has made for my devices, and now you can too. My listeners get 62% off WebRoot Essentials at webroot.com/Kim. Get the #1 ranked antivirus protection for just $19 a year right now at webroot.com/Kim. Webroot.com/Kim. Go now while you're thinking about it. Webroot.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Lots of sunshine today and very hot. Afternoon highs will be at about 105. Very slim chance of an afternoon thunderstorm around Roswell, but sunny everywhere else. For the overnight hours, a shower or thunderstorm may pop up. We'll be in the mid-70s, and then lots of sunshine coming up on Saturday. Afternoon highs about 100, maybe a little bit over. 102. It's sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. Consumers are likely to feel more pain as oil prices pushed past $100 a barrel Thursday amid renewed fighting and military strikes that have left global oil supplies stranded in the Middle East. The elevated price marked a turn from lower oil prices enjoyed briefly when hostilities between the U.S. and Iran waned in June. Companies that produce and sell fresh food, school supplies, and anything that gets shipped using fuel reported cost impacts from an earlier spike in energy prices after the United States and Israel attacked Iran. They're likely to continue passing some of their increased expenses to consumers. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits in the week ending July 18th declined by 22,000 to 187,000. That's according to the Labor Department. And the benchmark 30-year fixed-rate mortgage rate rose to 6.58% from 6.55% last week. Mortgage buyer Freddie Mac reports. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Summer heat in New Mexico can affect more than just your skin. Artesia General Hospital and board-certified urologist Dr. Michael C. Speck, MD, remind you, protect your urinary health while traveling and enjoying the outdoors. Stay well hydrated to prevent kidney stones and urinary tract infections, which become more common in hot weather. Drink plenty of water, limit caffeine and alcohol, and empty your bladder regularly. Wear loose, breathable clothing and practice good hygiene during long road trips or outdoor adventures. If you're experiencing pain during urination, back pain, or blood in urine, don't wait. Seek care early. Dr. Michael C. Speck specializes in kidney stones, prostate health, men's wellness, and more. Right here in Artesia. For expert urology care close to home, trust Artesia General Hospital. Artesia General Hospital. Healthy summers start here with Dr. Michael C. Speck.
Get a built-in look with a Whirlpool flush mount dishwasher that installs flush with the surrounding cabinets at Bush Appliance in Roswell. A third rack provides space for silverware and hard-to-fit utensils. Plus, this dishwasher meets ADA standards for acceptable design. Shop Whirlpool dishwashers today at Bush Appliance in Roswell. Who you gonna call? Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
It's summer, and you know what? It's hot. If you've been outside in the heat, you want to be in the shade. When we find ourselves in the heat of life, the best choice is to find the shade in God's protection. Psalm 91 is known as one of the great Psalms of protection. It starts with the following: Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He's my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. This psalm has beautiful imagery, the idea of being protected by the wings of God. He'll be our shield and our fortress. Verses 9 and 10 read, If you say, The Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. Now, does that mean our lives will be worry-free? Of course not, but it does mean that God is always there to guide us and protect us through the heat. In the end, if we belong to Him, nothing is too hot to separate us from His love. Are you feeling the heat of life? Then lean into Him and trust Him to protect you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
The sizzling summer savings event is on now at Roswell Nissan. Now through the end of the month, get massive savings across the lot on an amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. And that's not all. Get 0% for up to 60 months on select 2026 Nissan Rogue, Frontier, Murano, and Pathfinder. Make this summer road trip season a little hotter with the help of the hottest lot in southeastern New Mexico. But these sizzling savings won't last. Get to the sizzling summer savings event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd. Start your journey towards a meaningful healthcare career with the Occupational Therapy Assistant Program at ENMU Roswell. With this program, you'll gain hands-on clinical skill development, enjoy small class sizes and supportive faculty, engage in real-world fieldwork experiences, and prepare for your NBCOT certification. Call 575-624-7266 to learn more or log on to roswell.enmu.edu. ENMU Roswell. Success starts here.
Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices on appliances, and they will beat discount tire prices on tires. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Listen one more time. Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices, and they will beat discount tire prices. Come into the store for all the details.
This is why the Maloney of Roswell Tire and Appliance inviting you to shop local and save.
They'll beat Home Depot prices, and they'll beat discount tire prices. 101 South Main. Call 575-213-1362 or go online at RoswellTireandAppliance.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 7:58. Stay tuned next hour around 8:15 or so. Chaves County Manager Bill Williams will join us to give us an update on the last county commission meeting and things happening around Chaves County. Want to put this on your radar. Happening every Saturday in August at the Roswell Public Library. They're having an artificial intelligence class learning about AI and all the topics and, you know, the learning about it, the scary part, the real part, all of it. But every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. at the Roswell Public Library, Sean Jipp is teaching an artificial intelligence class. It's the first weekly class, free weekly class, completely free. Topics covered throughout the series include what is AI, how it works, in plain language, practical uses, staying safe online, asking AI anything, is AI dangerous in data centers, and, you know, what you need to know about those. So, again, the classes are free, and if you have any questions, you can call the reference desk at the library, 622-7101 for more information there. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Don't go away.
Your home for Sean Hannity in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. A teenager has pleaded guilty to all 55 counts in a 2024 shooting at Georgia's Appalachia High School that killed 4 people, 2 students and 2 teachers. Colt Gray was 14 years old at the time of the attack in Winder, Georgia. Sentencing expected next week. For a 13th night, the U.S. and Iran have traded fire.
They need more of the same.
President Trump Thursday saying while Iran is looking for a deal,
they're not ready yet. They got some evil intentions.
A short while later, U.S. Central Command announced the latest round of strikes, saying drone facilities, coastal surveillance, and other sites were targeted. Iranian state media reported explosions in the port city of Bandar Abbas, a critical hub for moving military supplies on the Strait of Hormuz, and Qasem Island, home to naval assets including drone boats that can attack vessels in the strait. But Iranian state TV's also been airing footage it says shows missile launches at U.S. allies in the region.
Correspondent Ben Thomas. Additional U.S. tariffs of 10 to 12.5% to be imposed on 60 countries. They're accused of failing to enforce a ban on goods made with forced labor. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says his country continues negotiating the tariffs issue with the U.S.
We are united in direction and objective and purpose and seriousness about the response. We are going to support Canadian families, workers, businesses. Full stop. 2 men, one Jewish, the other of Asian descent, are in the hospital following separate knifings in New York City near Manhattan's Upper West Side, being investigated as a possible hate crime. The New York Post reports the assailant screamed Allahu Akbar prior to the attacks. Wall Street, the Dow is up 107 points, NASDAQ down 131 points, and the S&P is off 2. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Are you tired of feeling lousy? Maybe you had a scare at your last checkup or just walking hurts? When enough is enough, call PhD Weight Loss. When I had enough 4 years and 53 pounds ago, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I'm Mike Gallagher for PhD Weight Loss. Best phone call I ever made. They were right with me. They still are today. Right now, mention Mike. You'll get 2 free weeks added to the program, and they'll pay for the cost of your food. $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, or visit myphdweightloss.com.
Hi, I'm Kirk Cameron. Christian Healthcare Ministries is not another health insurance policy. If you're tired of restrictions, CHM offers anytime enrollment on your schedule at half the price of traditional marketplace plans. See why believers across the nation are better with CHM.
Get started by calling 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS for a 50% credit towards your first month. That's 1-833-JOIN-CHM and use promo code WELLNESS.
Democrats are hoping to exploit a growing rift within the GOP over the issue of AI data centers.
The data centers are causing concern in rural areas and states due to their likely impact on land, water, and local life. It's an issue that resonates with states like Arizona and Ohio. In Texas, those data centers are rapidly expanding, while both Democrats and Republicans voice their opposition. Republican Governor Greg Abbott has promised to regulate the centers, but his critics say the actions lack urgency. It's still not clear which party would benefit the most from worries about the implications of fast-growing AI and the massive facilities needed to power its growth. Bob Agnew reported.
The Secret Service says a member of Vice President Vance's security details under investigation over a suspected news leak. An agency spokesman says the individual is facing an internal investigation and a potential criminal inquiry over allegations that he or she compromised operational and information security. Townhall.com. Author Salman Rushdie back in court some 4 years after being stabbed on stage.
Salman Rushdie sat across a New York courtroom from his convicted attacker, Hadi Matar, at Matar's federal terrorism trial, telling jurors about the ambush that nearly killed him, blinding him in one eye, in the 2022 attack at a cultural center where Rushdie was scheduled to speak about threats to writers and artists. Matar is currently serving a 25-year state prison sentence for his attempted murder charge conviction. In the federal terrorism trial, prosecutors say Matar was acting on an Iranian leader's 1989 call for Rushdie's death because of Rushdie's novel, The Satanic Verses. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Rabbi Jeffrey Myers retiring from the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh. He led the community through the aftermath of the 2018 anti-Semitic attack that killed 11 worshipers. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcast Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2.
The Deucer
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, welcome to it.
Glad we all made it.
Limping across the finish line once again.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
This has been one heck of a week, but I know a lot of moms and dads are kind of in that preparation period. Lots of school supply buy-in.
Yeah.
Tracking down lists and stuff. It gets more complicated in middle school because it's like, well, there's the list, but then there's also the individual requirements for the classes.
Yeah, because now it's changed. Middle school, they now go to like 6 different classes or 7 different classes as opposed to one classroom all day or 2 classrooms,
Yep. Yeah, things are kind of moving all around. There's a lot of different moving parts. Different classes need different things, so it's a lot to keep up with, but we're getting there.
So how is Hunter taking that? Is the Hunter's going to, or I guess, is Hunter starting that now, or he's going to middle school?
No, he's going into 2nd grade.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still got a few years.
I was like, wait a minute, he's still too young for that.
Rhiannon's still got one more year of middle school before she heads off to
okay, because I was
High.
thinking she's not quite high school yet, but she's long into middle school. So I was like, all right, hold on, who's transitioning here? Nobody is.
No, it's just more like this is the prep year for her, so it's more kind of like a getting things in place. You know, what's the chef term, the mise en place, making sure everything's in place before she actually goes for the first day.
Sure. Well, now that she's kind of just Jews curious, because now that she's, full encased into middle school, getting ready to transition to high school, does she have like friends that will carry over? Because the high school, they'll all pretty much go to the same high school, right?
It really depends. Mostly on the district, but in certain cases, like with Rhiannon, there's more specialized programs at like a Roswell High than at a Goddard.
Gotcha. So she okay. I didn't think about that part because I was thinking so she's kind of established a friend base that she can kind of carry over to high school.
And she's got a few that have kind of followed her from Del Norte into Sierra, and we'll kind of carry on with the concurrent classroom, the way that they do it with, she's out in the Spectrum.
Right.
They do have that one class that's like their base class. And she's kind of had those same, students, so those same classmates since elementary school. In a lot of cases. There's been some that have branched off, but she's got like 2 or 3 that have kind of like held on through
because that's
elementary
important.
school.
Because I was like, there's got to have a few of those friends. You're like, oh yeah, we've been friends since elementary school. You know what I mean? You always know that 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And yes, it always whittles down as you get to, but usually by the time of high school, there's usually 1 or 2 that you're like, oh yeah, we were, kind of like, weirdly enough, my United States Air Force career was very much like that. A friend, her name is Chanda. She was at basic training the same time I was. Okay. And I remember her at basic. She was in the same squadron I was. She was in the women's flight, obviously. I was in the men's, but I remember her being there.
Right.
And then we went to tech school together.
Okay.
And we were in the same weapons class together, but we were basically in the same career field, in the same class together. Went through tech school together.
Right.
We got orders both at Holloman Air Force Base to the 8th Fighter Squadron.
Oh, wow.
So we go to the 8th Fighter Squadron together. And then we get to the 8th, and I'm on a weapons load crew. She's on a weapons load crew. But about 2 years in, she's my 2-man. I'm the 3-man. So for the rest of my time in the Air Force, she was my 2-man.
Wow.
And on my 3-person
That's crazy
weapons crew.
that all those coincidences. Now, did you know beforehand, or was it like a surprise when you got there?
No, well, I mean, we knew at tech school we were both going to Holloman because we go get orders and we see our orders like, oh, we're both going to Holloman.
Right.
And then I don't remember if the order said 8th or 9th, or so. I'm not sure if we knew we were going to the same fighter squadron because there could have been 3 different ones we would have went to.
Gotcha. Now, speaking of G, was curious, is that somebody that you so you spent the majority of your time in at Holloman or in the military with this 2-man? Is this somebody that you've kept in contact with or
on Facebook and stuff?
Okay.
So I mean, we haven't physically seen each other.
Sure.
Lives, but yes, we've conversed on Facebook.
That's always a cool thing, though, because having one of those people, it's like you served in the. Even though yours wasn't like in the foxhole, but having those people that went through the exact same experience you did.
Well, I mean, not in the foxhole per se, but Chanda was my 2-man when we were in Kosovo.
Mm-hmm.
When we were loading and doing the real world and blowing stuff up and humping and doing that, Chanda was my 2-person. Matter of fact, that the picture in the Newsweek, she's the one holding the bomb. I point there because the magazine.
I was like, where's it over here?
It's in the little rack over there. But that picture of me and that was in Newsweek. There's a man and a woman. She's the girl holding that's Chanda. We literally, our careers are paralleled in the Air Force, literally from day one of the Air Force.
and what's great about that is and I've said this 1,000 times. I kind of live my life by this mindset. It's an AJR song. It's 100 bad days make 100 good stories, and 100 good stories make you interesting at parties. It's kind of one of those things. It's like even like your worst situations. When you guys were like deep in the muck. I mean, that's later gonna be one of those situations where you're like, remember how that was, where your face was all, oh, and you were all, ah, and I was like, ee, and then there was.
Well, and the part that's funny about her, she has an identical twin sister.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's funny. So on Facebook, like. Is that Chanda or the sister? And I think that's Chanda. I think, but I'm still like sometimes like, crap, especially when they do the together one. I'm like,
right.
I think the one on the left's Chanda.
I'm gonna pull some twin magic.
No wait, no, that one's Chanda. But it's hard.
This hand is your hand. No, wait, that's my hand. That's still one of my favorite runs.
But it was. But yeah, that one was always a funny one for me, so I can relate to that kind of stuff. But I guess our guest isn't.
I haven't seen.
We'll give him a few more minutes. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll give a few more minutes, and then we might have to come up with alternate plans here on that. There was something else I was going to mention, and I can't remember what it was.
It's funny. I was looking at. We started talking about it in my interview with Miss Amy and the family there. This year, weirdly, is the anniversary year for a lot of things. Like, not only is it America 250, but it's also like the what did they said 60th anniversary of the Historical Society was this year. There's just a ton of like milestone anniversaries that are happening this year. And it seems kind of fun, kind of crazy that it's not happening on like a 25, 50, 75. It's a 26. It's very weird that so many milestone anniversaries are happening this year.
Yeah, maybe they thought about it in back in 25.
The planning was happening in 25, and they're like, all right, we're going to make this happen in 26.
In 26.
Yeah.
But like the Little League World Series, that's the 70th. That's
70th there.
Yeah.
60th for the Historical Society. We were just kind of going through. It's like, oh wow, we forgot about that one. We forgot about that one. And it just comes up a lot. It's weird that the 26 was the anniversary of the 6, and not the nicely well rounded off 5.
Must have been a lot of things happening on the 6s. Weather was on the 6s.
Weather indeed was on the 6s.
Oh man. We're supposed to have Bill Williams here, but usually he's here early, so I'm kind of thinking.
That is the worry, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's not going to make it.
You haven't got any text or anything from him?
I have not. But I knew we were on the 4th Thursday. They're on the 4th Thursday, which make it the 4th Friday, which would be today.
Don't you love it? When the month starts on a weekend, it just throws everything.
Yeah, this whole month's been screwy. There's like 5 Wednesdays, and I don't know. There's something. It's just off-putting.
Yeah.
But
hard for planning. But
God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Because I'm like, is it the second Saturday yet? No, it's not, because it's like the 4th or 5th. Yeah, never mind. We're still in July, right?
And we got into this because we're good at English, not math.
Right.
So don't trust the numbers boys with the
I just saw Bill come deeping through there.
There you
So good deal. Very good. I was wondering.
Killed just enough time.
Travis County Manager Bill Williams is here, going to join us, give us an update on county business and all that good stuff. Let's do this. Before we do that, let's pause and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Lots of sunshine today and very hot. Afternoon highs will be at about 105. Very slim chance of an afternoon thunderstorm around Roswell, but sunny everywhere else. For the overnight hours, a shower or thunderstorm may pop up. We'll be in the mid-70s, and then lots of sunshine coming up on Saturday. Afternoon highs about 100, maybe a little bit over. 102 and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 83 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 48%. Winds says they're out of the south at 17. It doesn't look that breezy out, but I don't know. That's what they say. We do have a heat advisory that's kicking in at noon today, remaining in effect through 8 p.m. To remind you, it's going to be 106 today. So, but there is a chance of rain, maybe. 20% chance we could see some after 3 today. And then tonight we're looking at a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms before midnight. Mostly cloudy, overnight low of 75 with southwest winds at around 10 miles per hour. Saturday, we're only hitting 100. Sunny and hot, 100 for a high. Southeast winds 5 to 10. Sunday, back to 103. And then next week is just 105 on Monday, 105 Tuesday, 104 Wednesday, 104 Thursday. So more of the same. So enjoy the chances of rain maybe this afternoon and this evening, and you're merely 100 on tomorrow. All right, it is 8:18. We're going to take about a 4-minute break here, and then Chaves County Manager Bill Williams will join us on the other side. Don't go away.
Attention, attention. They've done it again. For 3 years in a row, Roswell Hyundai is the #1 used car supercenter in New Mexico. Whether you're in the market for a large truck, a super high-end luxury vehicle, or an affordable car for first-time buyers, the Roswell Hyundai Used Car Supercenter has one that fits your needs and your budget. So if you're looking for the best deal on your next vehicle, head for the #1 Used Car Supercenter in southeastern New Mexico 3 years straight. Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd. Craving a true taste of Santa Fe right here in Roswell? Head to Tia Sophia's. Enjoy homemade sopapillas, our famous homemade red and green sauces, and that perfect Christmas sauce blend. Now hosting dinners Thursday through Saturday and open 7 days a week for breakfast and lunch. Bring the whole family. Come experience authentic northern New Mexican flavors. Tia Sophia's Roswell, turning Roswell red and green. Right on the corner of 4th and Richardson in Roswell.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Jennifer here at Trustmark Roofing and Windows. And did you know that we get a bunch of service calls per year from people who didn't even hire us? That means they originally hired someone else to replace their roof, windows, or gutters. Then later, when a problem popped up, they tried to call their contractor back to help, only to find out that the contractor has ceased to exist. They're gone, done, out of state, out of business. At Trustmark Roofing and Windows, we have serviced southeastern New Mexico for 20 years. As a second-generation contractor, we have serviced our area through many major hail and windstorms. We have customers who are the kids of customers that we've serviced many years ago. We will be here when you need us, period. For roofing, gutters, or windows, visit trustmarkroofing.org or call Trustmark Roofing and Windows 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
It's summer, and you know what? It's hot. If you've been outside in the heat, you want to be in the shade. When we find ourselves in the heat of life, the best choice is to find the shade in God's protection. Psalm 91 is known as one of the great Psalms of protection. It starts with the following: Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, He's my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. This psalm has beautiful imagery, the idea of being protected by the wings of God. He'll be our shield and our fortress. Verses 9 and 10 read, If you say, The Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. Now, does that mean our lives will be worry-free? Of course not, but it does mean that God is always there to guide us and protect us through the heat. In the end, if we belong to Him, nothing is too hot to separate us from His love. Are you feeling the heat of life? Then lean into Him and trust Him to protect you.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 290 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Chavis County Manager Bill Williams back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to the warm, dry weather here. I just got back from New Orleans last week. Well, came back early this week. But the humidity, I see what they mean by dry heat. It's much different over there than it is here.
It is. Matter of fact, I just so happened to have been in New Orleans in June.
Oh.
And on vacation. And yes, it is. But growing up East Coast,
didn't bother you?
I wouldn't say no, because I just sure appreciated what I got back here. But I acclimated it quicker than I thought, and I was kind of like, okay, and as long as I'm on the river, it wasn't too bad. When you get inland a little bit, it's not so joyous.
My goodness, we went on a tour, hypothetically, an historical tour of the French Quarter. I'm confident that I will not be quoting any of the information we got from the tour guide as fact, because I think he's kind of making it up as he went. But it was all outside, standing on the street corners and looking up and down these alleys and all these things. Sweated completely through the shirt, just dying.
Oh,
it was a 2-hour tour, and oh my gosh, by the end, I didn't care anything about what he said. And at the beginning, I cared very little about what he said, because it was obviously not real factual.
What I don't know if you did, when you're sightseeing, did you get a chance to go to the World War II Museum while you were there?
I did go to the World War II Museum. I believe it's 5 buildings. It's just amazing.
It's impressive.
It's sensory overload.
Yes.
There is so much going on there. There's so many displays. It's probably one of the best displays I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Outside of, the Smithsonian or something.
And pull back the curtain, that is Smithsonian.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that is done by the
sense.
Smithsonian people.
Because it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
They said it was the #1 tourist attraction in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So went
that
there
is
the
the
first day and
Smithsonian that
spent
curates
3 or 4 hours there. You could spend days there. And not encompass it all. It was really something.
And they had. Did you get a chance to watch the 4D film there that they had? It's basically kind of an overview of the World War II, but it's done in this 4D way where they had guns coming up and
I didn't
wind blowing.
see that. There was like a submarine experience at the end, and it was more for the kids.
Okay.
You looked at the ceiling and you could see what was going on the surface, the boats and stuff, and you pretended to man a duty station at a submarine. Of course, a submarine was 25, 30 foot wide,
right,
which would not be the case.
No.
But anyway, I was talking about a final battle of a very decorated submarine. I can't remember the name of it, unfortunately. But that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But the airplanes, full-size airplanes, bombers hanging from the ceiling, it was really something to see.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. And highly recommend anybody goes to New Orleans, go to that museum. It's great.
Well, we went for the National Association of Counties, as I've told you before. That's 3,086 counties across the United States represented there. Last year, we were successful in presenting a resolution to oppose the National Interest Electric Transmission Corridor. And once it's approved, and that was approved last year without opposition by the full membership, they will lobby on your behalf for a year. Then you have to resubmit all that. So over the last few months, we've been going through the process of resubmitting. So that was taken to the main floor again, once again, approved without any opposition, or supported without any opposition by 3,086 counties. So, I mean, little old New Mexico is, taking their spot on the national stage.
Very cool.
Along with that, several months ago, I got a call from one of my friends who lives in Socorro County, and I've been, of course, working on agriculture-related things across the state for some time. They called and said, hey, can you help us with a resolution to delist the Mexican wolf because of the issues that have gone on in Catron and Socorro counties in particular in New Mexico. I mean, it's ranged a little wider than that, but those two counties in particular are having some real issues, counties over in Arizona. And so wrote a resolution with the help of some others who already had gathered a lot of information. And I told one of the commissioners over in Socorro County, I said, I don't mind presenting the resolution, standing up there, giving that, and I can answer basic questions from my research. But if they need someone who's on the ground that actually has wolves, you need to be standing there if they need to have that personal connection.
Sure.
And so we've been working on that for a few months. We presented it. Commissioner Perry presented that in Washington. I was ill at the time, so I was unable to go. He presented it, so it became an interim resolution, same as the last one did, which meant that they would support that up until the general meeting, the annual meeting, and then it would have to be approved by the general membership. So I submitted it again, presented it, and we were able to get that approved without opposition again by the General Assembly of National Association of Counties. So we've been pretty successful. Like I say, there's a lot of different people represented, different ideals, different problems, and we have two resolutions that came right here from our part of the state.
Excellent.
And on a national level that will make sure that people know what our concerns are there. So
good deal. More eyeballs means potential of things getting fixed. So.
Yeah, it's really interesting to work through those processes. You go. Well, I'm on the Public Lands Steering Committee, and you go in there and you have people from California, Oregon, Washington. You have a few from back east where they don't have a lot of public lands, and for all intents and purposes, they have no public lands.
Right.
It's the western states that are stuck with the federal lands in large quantities. New Mexico, I think, is 47% non-private ownership, so it's some government entity owns those lands. But you go in there and you can put in a different river name, a different animal, a different federal agency, but all of us are having the same problems with government overreach and them tending to forget these are public lands that belong to us, not to them, and that this is our community and they need to work with us as mandated by Federal Land Management Policy Act to coordinate with us to make sure that whatever rules and regulations they hand down fit the custom and cultures of our county. So anyway, it's a really interesting process to see.
Absolutely. You can't just cookie cutter these. You got to really meet the needs of that particular part of the territory, basically. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it?
A few years ago, a couple of ranchers, several ranchers in Chaves County came to us and said, what are y'all doing about the Forest Service? We said, what are you talking about? Well, the Forest Service is trying to create all these wilderness areas on lands that are currently under multiple use. They have grazing rights or mining rights or whatever the case is, because that's what federal lands are supposed to do, is use as many multiple uses as you can and the most benefit from the lands. So they came to us and said, what are you guys doing? There's a very small piece of the Lincoln National Forest in Chaves County, postage stamp size piece by comparison, but there is a postage stamp size piece, so they need to coordinate with our county.
Sure.
And so we knew nothing about this, so we went to the Forest Service and said, what's going on? oh, we're doing this over there. I said, well, did you have any public meetings, public hearings in Chaves County? We had one in Mayhill. I said, well, Mayhill is not Chaves County. We give you a little map here, a little education. But our county commissioners got with the county commissioners in Lincoln, Eddy, and Otero counties, where the Lincoln Forest is in. And we had a public meeting, and we invited the Forest Service over. Said, you need to come give us some answers. And we sat down with them and said, this isn't acceptable. And we set a second meeting. After the second meeting, we got their information the first time, said, you need to come back and give us better answers. We gave them our questions. They came back the second time, and of course, we were prepared again for what they were doing. And part of the problem is, if you create a wilderness area and the rancher has made improvements on that, for instance, water tanks and troughs, everything that they do to help support the wildlife and their cattle.
Right.
If you go to a wilderness area, you can't go in there and work on it. It's off limits for machinery and all those kind of things. So the maintenance on these assets, it can no longer be done. And some of those assets are paid for by funding through federal government called EQIP programs. They get a grant and they have to pay a portion of it. The government pays a portion of it. But like they drill a well or create a water line or whatever.
Sure.
By law, they have to maintain that asset. If they don't maintain it, the government can say, okay, you need to reimburse us for this. And so all these ranchers were out there with the potential having to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars of improvements they have done over the last 40, 50 years to the government because they changed their plans. So we brought the Forest Service in and talked to them about that, and they actually pulled back on that. It was a really interesting process, but that's some of the stuff our county commission does, is pulls everyone in. And we had all the counties represented right here in Chaves County, and a big public meeting, and got to the bottom of it. They pulled all that back. A couple of weeks ago, we have new leadership, of course, in the U.S. Forest Service. It's under the Department of Agriculture, Secretary Rollins. They are now doing what they call shared stewardship agreements. So to take the management of our local forest out of Washington, where, they've got all the forest in the U.S. that they have to deal with, and one size doesn't fit all. Each of our forests are different, even across the state of New Mexico. Everyone has different needs and wants for their area. And so I think it was 2 weeks ago, they had a meeting in Ruidoso where Otero, Chaves, Lincoln, Eddy, everyone involved in the Lincoln National Forest sat down with the Forest Service, and the Forest Service has new things called stewardship agreements, shared stewardship agreements, where they come in and they actually coordinate with the government or with the local governments like they're supposed to. We're not the same. Local governments shouldn't be considered the same as a cooperating agency, which could be any 501c3, Defenders of Stock Tanks or the Church Picnic League, Baseball League, whatever, could all be a cooperating agency. And they get a chance to comment at the end of a process once something is done before it becomes their policy. But the actual rules handed down by Congress for federal lands, like FLTMA is the Federal Land Management Policy Act, which BLM uses. It says you will coordinate with local governments. The Forest Management Act, same thing. It says you will coordinate with local governments and resolve any issues that you can before you impose these rules and policies. And of course, as county government, we can't stand there with our arms crossed, say, "Not my county, you don't," because we don't have that authority. But they do have a requirement to work as best they can to resolve any issues before it moves forward. Hear both sides of the argument. And so that's what the shared stewardship agreements are doing. They have, over the last few months, been working with our counties to try to determine what's best for the management of the Lincoln National Forest as it pertains to our individual area and those that would be affected. And they came to an agreement, and we're ready to sign a shared stewardship agreement. That's the way it's supposed to work. And we're really proud that we had a part of that.
Sure.
We had no idea that was even going on in our county because they didn't even bother to call us. And had our local people not let us know, we'd still be in the dark.
Yeah.
So.
And then what if it had gone through, and then you got to get lawyers involved to get it undone? So.
Right. And we've been working for about 10 years on the Carlsbad Resource Management Plan by the BLM, the Carlsbad Field Office. There's the Roswell Field Office that handles the northern part of our area for Bureau of Land Management and their Resource Management Plan. This is how we're going to manage the bulk of these lands. And then the Carlsbad Resource Management Plan, of course, takes care of the more southern portion. And in Chaves County, that's pretty much the Boot Hill, Eddy County, those areas down there. So for about 10 years, this has been an ongoing process. And part of it had to do with lands with wilderness characteristics and ACECs, which are areas of critical environmental concern. They had overlaid so many areas when they first started talking about this that would change the management of those areas. And that kind of drifts over onto private property as well. When you start saying, well, you can't do this here, then it also affects what the landowner adjacent to it can do. And so we've been working about 10 years on that, and they finally have it back. I think that it's probably going to finally be approved. They said it's the longest outstanding one in the United States. They've been trying to get it resolved for years, and we thought they were going to get it done a few years back. It didn't happen, so it's out there again, and now they're coming back and they've adjusted it. It seems like it's going to be a pretty good fit. It addresses, mineral extraction. It addresses grazing. It addresses timber harvest, anything that might be on those BLM lands. Of course, not a lot of timber down in Eddy County, but maybe a little bit. And same thing in the Boot Heel and Chavis. There may be a small amount, but it addresses all those things in an appropriate manner that works good for our counties. And so, anyway, we're glad when those things work. So,
absolutely.
I know it has nothing to do with the agenda, but good talking points, I think.
But it's just interesting. Plus, it's been a minute since we've talked to you, so it's a good update on what's kind of been going on here for some of this stuff. So,
well, one of the big things that's been going on is our budget at Chavis County.
Yes, it is.
That's a months-long process, ongoing process, and we work through everything, have a lot of finance committee meetings, and then we approve an interim budget in May, and then it goes up to Santa Fe. We have to close out the books before it goes to Santa Fe for approval. And they say, yes, you can work off that interim budget until the final budget is approved. Can't do a final budget until after the books close, June 30th. And so finance department is working diligently up front, trying to make sure that they get all the revenues estimated, they get all the bills figured and the needs for the next year coming up, and then get a little break. And then along comes the closing out of everything. Now we've got to recalculate everything, get real firm numbers for the final budget. And there are some minor changes typically in the final budget from the interim budget. You can make little changes, as necessary.
Sure.
And one of the things that we have been working on for some time is pay increases for law enforcement. We needed to evaluate what was the proper amount for that. Everyone in Chavis County received a cost of living increase this year, every employee in Chavis County. The way our personnel works is most employees get an annual step increase. So every year you're there, you get a small amount just for longevity. You get a annual raise, you might call it. They're not large, but they over the years they add up. But you get one every year. Everyone got a cost of living increase this year across the board. But then we evaluated all the law enforcement, and as you know, several years ago we had an issue at the jail, and one of the things that we recognized, thankfully, was that the detention facility, the detention guards, lieutenants, sergeants, they're also law enforcement. They have to deal with people 24 hours a day without weapons. A lot of it's verbal judo and pepper spray. It's difficult for them as well as the sheriff's department, police departments that provide, the day-to-day care out on the streets. But so we recognize they were also law enforcement. So any increase for law enforcement, we need to make sure that we keep that gap. They don't get paid as much as sheriff's deputies, but they certainly were really spread out and probably.
Hey, can we take a break real quick?
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. There's been a 13th night of military strikes between the U.S. and Iran. President Trump says that while Tehran is seeking a deal to end the conflict, they're not ready yet. Drone facilities and coastal surveillance sites were targeted in the latest round of U.S. attacks, according to U.S. Central Command. At least 7 explosions heard earlier today near a military base hosting U.S. forces in northern Iraq. Additional U.S. tariffs from 10 to 12.5% will be imposed on 60 countries. They're accused of failing to enforce a ban on goods produced with forced labor. 2 men, one Jewish, the other of Asian descent, hospitalized following separate knife attacks in New York City near Manhattan's Upper West Side. The opening bell sounding on Wall Street, stocks starting off the day mixed. More details, srnnews.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory.
Here's something to think about while you wait for the snow cone truck. In the time before filtered water, when living was easy and the cotton was high, citizens were able to use the U.S. Postal Service to mail their kids somewhere else. From 1913 to 1915, you could buy a 53-cent stamp and hand the little bugger off to the mailman. Now, don't expect to get a balls on the stump guarantee with this. You had to pay the $50 for insurance, just in case. And then off he goes in the mailbag to Grandma's house. Kids were classified by the post office as harmless live animals, so they could be stuffed into the mail car on the train, where they seem to make it to their destination most of the time. I'm not putting the big pants on you here. This is not some tale from the red vinyl booth at the Waffle House. Hell no, this is the real thing. Verified right here by the salty scholars at the Discount Think Tank and Bait Camp, who looked it up and found the longest trip on record for mailing a kid across the U.S. was 720 miles from Florida to Virginia. So for a 53-cent stamp, it was definitely worth it, as long as you got your deposit back. Hell, today you pay more than that just to put them on the drying rack at the water park, so you wouldn't have to take them back to their mama all wet. And that's the way we Otis. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Lots of sunshine today and very hot. Afternoon highs will be at about 105. Very slim chance of an afternoon thunderstorm around Roswell, but sunny everywhere else. For the overnight hours, a shower or thunderstorm may pop up. We'll be in the mid-70s, and then lots of sunshine coming up on Saturday. Afternoon highs about 100, maybe a little bit over. 102 and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning, I'm John Terrett. Stocks had a very down day yesterday, Thursday. Do not look at your 401k this morning when you get to work. The Dow, the Nasdaq were off by over 600 points at times. At the end, the Dow was down 1%, the Nasdaq 2.1%, the S&P 500 off its lows, yes, but still down 1.2%. The conflict in the Middle East is the issue. Wall Street's hearing that President Trump is contemplating a massive attack on Iran. Brent, the global benchmark oil price, back above $100 a barrel. Because of that, a gain of more than 7%. Company news, Intel reporting after the bell. The chipmaker from California doing very well. Stock up 7% after what Wall Street calls a beat and raise quarter. Elsewhere, though, Tesla down 14% on Thursday after disappointing earnings Wednesday night. IBM was lower for most of the day, but it did creep into the green in the final hour of trading yesterday after its sales forecast was lowered on Wednesday night too. Google was down 7% yesterday on worries it's simply spending too much money on AI, money it will never see again. Also, the European Union fined Alphabet, the parent company, $1 billion for promoting its own services like shopping and travel. And today, the earnings come from the telephone company Verizon and the charge card people American Express. With business, I'm John Terrett.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Due to extreme pressure and weather conditions, it literally rains diamonds on Neptune and Uranus. Stop snickering because I said Uranus. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:45. Sorry about that. I was right in the middle of a talk with Bill Williams here, Chavez County Manager, and had to take a quick break there. So my apologies. But Bill, we're right. I know we're right in the middle of talking budgets and all that, and I had to cut it short off a little bit.
No, I was just saying that we, as a county, recognize the fact that law enforcement encompasses more than just the sheriff's department. It also encompasses our corrections officers, and so as an adjustment to the final budget, we evaluated. The sheriff had offered up some cost saving during the budget talks before the interim budget was approved. They approved the budget as it had been submitted, but they kept in mind that the sheriff had offered up some cuts here and there to help provide some funds to give raises to the deputies. And so during the time between May when that was approved and yesterday when the final budget was approved, we've had a couple more budget meetings and tried to work out a scenario that was effective and fair to everyone involved. So we talked to the detention facility. They found a way to reduce some of their cost as well. And we were able to then turn around and give that back to the officers, both at detention and at the sheriff's department. So,
and that's really, and I understand, obviously, well, it's in the world, we'd love to pay as much as we can pay, but budgets are budgets and things like that. But they also are dealing with numbers game, and when other counties are paying, and it really makes them hard to keep deputies in. So
we evaluated all of those positions, and we evaluated them against Artesia. We evaluated them against Carlsbad, Eddy County, Lee County, Chavez County, Lincoln County. Surprisingly, pays very well too, and you can kind of understand why Lee and Eddy do it. They have such an income there that it's easy for them to do it. And state police, of course, the state has raised wages on their people so they compete with our locals. So that's
everyone's kind of pilfering from each other.
The state is way out of whack. I mean, they pay more than anyone does. And like I say, take the very people that you're trying to recruit within your neighborhood and use your tax money to pay them at your expense.
But also people need to remember too is the people that sign up for that are kind of, it's a different
life.
It's almost more military. Because you're getting deployed to different parts of the state, and you know what I mean. It's not like
It's not like you get the choice. I'm going to hang out here. No, we need you in Espanola or wherever.
It's a slightly different animal than.
We evaluated all that, and we came up with sweet spots. We got what the average was, and we're well within those averages across the board for lieutenants, sergeants, detention officers, the whole gamut. So that took a lot of doing, and a lot of different scenarios, and of course the cuts by the departments were not enough to cover everything, but we did feel like it needed to be equitable to the employees, and it's difficult to compete with Eddy and Lee County, and we're never going to be able to do that, but we did get into, like I say, that sweet spot where the average of all of these surrounding wages, including the state, including Lincoln, Eddy, Artesia, those places. And so we feel real good about where we came up with that. The rest of the positions at the county, and including the sheriff's positions too, were evaluated a couple of years ago. So we bounced them off of everywhere across the state and tried to come up with what the right pay was for each and every job. Unfortunately, law enforcement has continued to rise over those last couple of years, and we're thankful that they let us know that we were not in the right spot anymore, so we could make those adjustments. But of course, being fiscally responsible and making sure that we don't just get into some kind of a arm wrestling match with the other counties and stuff. Say, well, we're going to top you, and then we're going to top you, and that just doesn't win for anyone.
Then neither one of you outbid each other. And
So our total budget and our operating budget for the upcoming fiscal year, or the current fiscal year, will be $50 million. Last year's general operating revenue was at $48 million. So there's an increase. Of course, everything costs more all across the board. So I think we can understand that. Again, we gave all of our employees a cost of living adjustment. The step increases every year, all that adds up. And then, of course, the pay raises for our law enforcement people, which we're proud to have done.
And this is
all that adds up.
Absolutely. And this is something we've talked about over the years, and this is why we say if you're seeking employment, the county, whether it's the sheriff's office or road or whatever, a job at the county, that's a career. That's the benefits, the thing. There's a reason there's 30-year pins at these meetings every year.
And every raise is not just the amount that goes to the employee, but there's also on the backside what the county has to pay.
Sure.
It's almost another 50% that we pay because of retirement benefits, health insurance, and the county, of course, as we've talked before, is one of the top performers in those areas. So we do really well. Total budget, which includes everything, whether it's outstanding projects, whether it's fire funds. There's a fire engine that's almost $500,000 being built right now for one of our departments. So when you add all of that stuff, that's not the operating budget, but the overall everything included. We went from $69 million to $77 million for all county funds. Like I said, that includes all the fire funds, everything. Of our total budget of everything considered, public safety is 33.5% of our county's expenditures in the coming year. Public works is 48.4% of county spending. So the building maintenance, the roads, all that stuff is 48.4. FEMA, they get here right away when there's an issue and a problem, and they're 2.9% of our county funding. But which that's something. But when you consider the damage, especially for the city of Roswell, they had huge losses during the flooding, and they're just like the county. We're still kind of playing the game and waiting on the money to get here, and you can't do it before they approve everything, or then they cut you out. So hang in there, people. I mean, someday we'll have a civic center and a museum and a zoo, and
government's glacial.
It's just really something. And so anyway, that's kind of a general overview of our county budget. Construction projects we're finalizing this year. The county health building, we're going to have a ribbon cutting for that in August. August the 14th, I believe, is the date that we've settled on. It's probably going to be about 9 in the morning.
Okay.
That's not quite, but it's essentially the corner of Hobbs and South Garden.
Okay.
I think the address is actually 1601 South Garden, I think is the address. But anyway, you can't miss it if you go to Hobbs and Garden. You'll find it. So we're going to have that groundbreaking soon. We're finalizing the dispatch area. We, of course, have consolidated dispatch between the city and the county, and we have built them an entirely new space, the latest, greatest state-of-the-art stuff, and that's all on the county. The housing of them, we take care of that at the county, as we have since we built the administrative center. It's been over 20 years ago now, believe it or not. They set aside a space for dispatch. And as dispatch has grown and as computer use has changed and as we've had more needs, that room has gotten pretty small. They have virtually no office space, about if I was guessing, 900 square foot room full of people and monitors. And so now they have about 3 times that amount just for the monitors and the screens and the stations. We also have several offices. We also have a conference room where if we had another Goliath or something, all of the emergency management people can sit around one table and not, be all over town or
be right there at dispatch.
Be right there.
All centrally located.
Yes. And so all that's been calculated and figured in. So that's being finished up. We're doing some security grades at detention center, parking lot. If you go by the county now, that little parking lot by Area D where the voting is at has never been connected to the main parking lot. You can pull into over by the sheriff's department, drive all the way through to the clerks, no problem, or come off of South Main and come into the parking lot, leave on Southeast Main. But that one parking lot, you had to go in by St. Mary's or come down that little side road behind the sheriff's department. Well, that will all be connected now.
Hallelujah.
I'm really excited. I mean, that's a small thing, but the whole time I've been at the county, I've been really hoping that we could get that completed. Finally, the stars have aligned. So the reason there was never really a true parking lot there, it was a chip-sealed square pad that people park on. So when they built the county building, they knew that they were going to remodel the main courthouse where the courts are. So they had to have a place for courts. So they did what they called Area D, which was an ad alternate. That area was just a big wide open space. And so they set it up so the judges could hold court there. And then we owned the St. Mary's complex just kind of behind it. So the judges' offices were there, and they would take golf carts from there over to their courts.
Okay.
and that's how that was set up. So there's no parking lot, but we got to have something. So they leveled it off, and our road crew, they do chip seal all the time. So they chip sealed it. It's held up really well. There was never really a designated parking lot, and it didn't connect. There were no bathrooms in that end of the building. When they did the courts, they brought in portable porta potties on trailers, and I guess they were the nice ones, however, whatever that means.
They're the good ones.
But anyway, they had facilities there, and they utilized that until the courthouse was remodeled and everybody moved back home, which left a big vacant end of our building, which there were no bathrooms there, and it was pretty difficult to use. So it became more of a storage area. We did start utilizing it for voting because it's a big open room. So over the last few years, well, probably about 10 years, we've been working towards making that a useful part of the building. It's kind of expensive storage space.
Right.
So we added public bathrooms in it, men's and women's bathrooms in it, which was the main part of being able then to utilize it for something else.
Yeah.
Then we designed it for the dispatch to go in there, and they could have their secure parking. No longer will they have to open a door in the middle of the night to hand a officer a warrant. There's a delivery system such as you'd have at the bank with a vacuum tube, and they can send stuff out to each other on video. The people who work there, if they want to go out in the evening and stretch their legs, they have a secure area to do all that. So we're really excited about that, and it still functions as a place to store the voting machines securely. There's a lot of security to keep. That is a very very strict rules on how to keep that secure. So all the voting machines are locked down tighter than the drums.
They're probably treated like guns or firearms.
It's like Fort Knox over there. Yeah. And then come voting, then they can utilize that as a voting area. But we're connecting the parking lots. Should be done before voting, before November.
Before November here.
So that people can come and go no matter which end of the parking lot you pull in. You'll be able to pull all the way out the other side to make convenient traffic flow and a true asphalt parking lot. So that's coming up.
Nice. We got about 2 minutes here.
Okay. I think I'll just kind of wrap it up with the budget. So we're real happy about the final budget and all the things that we were able to do in this year's budget. We assisted a lot of the local entities, Boys and Girls Clubs, 4-H and FFA fairs, soil and water conservation districts throughout our budget, as we always do. We try to be very community-minded. So we're looking forward to the next year to get that done. Pretty much everything on the agenda. There were some agreements. This time of year, we have to renew all of our agreements in July. So there's a lot of that, including the Southeastern New Mexico Economic Development, the COG, Council of Governments. They're a big partner of ours, and they do great things. Anyway, pretty much it.
Pretty much it there.
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, apologize for the little delay there in the middle here in live radio.
Well, emergencies happen everywhere, incling on radio.
Live radio.
Every once in a while, something
appreciate that
unexpected comes
That's
up.
right. It happens. But of course, folks, don't forget, if you go to the county's or Facebook page, they had the meeting. They filmed the commission meeting. You can go back and watch them there on the YouTube channel. Or,
and there's kind of an interesting. I think there was an article in the newspaper. An individual wrote a letter to the editor that they clearly didn't understand the issue. And at the end of the meeting, I addressed the points that she made in her letter to the editor and explained how it actually has been working, and it's not something new. This has been going on since before I went to work for the county. We've had a relationship with this particular entity. So anyway, watch the meeting. Certainly,
absolutely.
The end of the meeting will clarify any of that stuff for you, and really appreciate that. One more thing real quick.
Yeah.
We were given, every county was offered, every county across the United States, there's an organization trying to make sure that every county has a copy of the Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, and something else. I can't remember what the other one is.
The actual Constitution?
The Constitution.
Okay.
Yeah, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and
the Declaration.
The Declaration.
Gotcha.
And they're big plaques, and we have them displayed, or we have the Declaration displayed or the Constitution displayed at the rotunda at the county. So come by and see that. We're looking towards making a permanent display for
there?
that. but it's a wonderful addition to our county, and everyone can see the actual words.
Nice. Absolutely. Yeah, and good 250. Way to keep that right.
It's wonderful.
So. Yeah. Thank you, Bill, as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time. Appreciate you. This is 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Levitt says the House did its job by passing the act, and now time for the Senate to finally step up to the plate. She adds that the Save America Act is a common-sense bill. The American military not letting up on Iran as President Trump mulls even more intense attacks.
The U.S. military hitting targets in Iran for a 13th night in a row. Those targets include communication networks, drone storage facilities, and military command centers. The president saying he is thinking about restarting major combat operations in Iran that would be larger than the strikes during Operation Epic Fury.
Correspondent Laura Winters. Ukrainian President Zelensky says he has met in Kiev with representatives of Raytheon talking about the joint production of Patriot air defense systems. The meeting follows a recent pledge by President Trump to allow Ukraine to produce this American system itself. 16-year-old Colt Gray has pleaded guilty to all charges stemming from the 2024 massacre at Appalachia High School in Winder, Georgia. 2 students and 2 teachers died in the attack. At a minimum, the sentence will be life with parole. The maximum, life in prison without parole. Back in March, a jury convicted Gray's father, Colin Gray, of charges including second-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter. He's scheduled to be sentenced next week. Prosecutors say the elder Gray gave his son the rifle that was used in the school massacre. Madison, Wisconsin police say the man fatally shot by police came at officers with a knife, wounded one of them before the shots rang out. That's bringing protesters onto the streets of Madison. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Well, it's official. My friends have all switched to Pure Talk because I told them they could save a bunch of money on a super reliable high-speed network with unlimited data. And because they're my friends, they trust me. As for the rest of you, well, Pure Talk understands that even though you might like me, you're not just going to take my word for it, nor should you. For that reason, and for a very limited time, Pure Talk is offering any of their plans for just $15 a month for the first 3 months, including their top-tier unlimited plan that normally sells for $65 a month. Think of it like a test drive, a super simple way to save $150 while you kick the tires on Pure Talk's blazing fast network, and a fine way to see for yourself why I switched from big wireless, along with a few 100,000 of my closest friends. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and be connected to Pure Talk's friendly U.S. customer service team. Again, dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and let the savings begin.
Researchers are providing some fresh insights into the call of the wild, sounds that surround many of us each and every day.
It's the soundscape we associate with nature, and the variety of birdsong is huge. Using a database of recordings uploaded by thousands of volunteers around the world, these scientists analysed songs from more than 3,000 species, examining patterns and comparing them. They concluded that there are just 8 fundamental acoustic building blocks, or motifs as the scientists call them, that in different combinations make up every birdsong we hear. There are 3 types of trill, 3 different whistles, so-called chaotic notes, and harmonic stacks.
The BBC's Victoria Gill. Spain's government has declared a national emergency after multiple wildfires force evacuation of 10,000 people. News and analysis at townhall.com. A key Republican lawmaker says he believes that Special Counsel Jack Smith may have made false statements to Congress while testifying about his investigation of President Donald Trump.
Ohio Republican Jim Jordan, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, referred Smith to the Justice Department for possible prosecution related to closed-door testimony about whether he had obtained records of lawmakers while investigating President Trump's investigation of the 2020 presidential election. The referral, sent Wednesday, centers on the December 2025 exchange in which Smith asked about subpoenas that prosecutors had issued for the toll records of some Republican lawmakers as part of the investigation. Bernie Bennett in Washington.
Ford and a Chinese automaker have unveiled plans to jointly manufacture low and zero-emission vehicles at Ford's Valencia, Spain factory. Comes amid challenges for the American EV market and increasing global geopolitical tensions. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travelation, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday, everybody.
Yes, indubitably.
Hope your Friday is going amazingly well.
Creamy to chunky.
Yeah. Soupy.
Yeah.
Sorry. We're having a morning.
It's been, yeah.
All of us.
Well, I've started kind of like taking notice of things. Like, anytime there's like a mass amount of something, like yesterday with the internet outage,
right,
or the sudden increase in, the dreaded cyclospore that's going around. Is this how the robots are going to take us out? Like, do they like release an agent without us knowing, and then like slowly but surely? Because I don't think they're going to do it all at once. I feel like they're going to do it over time.
Maybe it's like the Aztecs or the Mayans.
Yeah.
Like the Western, European culture came and our diseases killed all of them.
Yeah.
That's how it's happening.
That's right.
The robots are going to come and take it out.
Go get a whole breed of robosexuals out there.
Well, put it in the lettuce.
That's already kind of happening. Like, I don't know if you, this was kind of a story that sort of came and went, but and I only remember the name of the school district because of Breaking Bad, but the Salamanca School District in New York is testing out this year a new teaching assistant.
Okay.
A humanoid robot teaching assistant powered by AI.
Uh-huh.
Designed by the same company that makes real dolls.
All right.
They said it's going to have very realistic, like, that it'll be seated at a desk, but it'll have realistic upper body movements. And it'll be made to look
So it'll be like Zoltar?
All I could think was they basically repurposed a real doll and turned it into a teacher's assistant. They're going to have like some ridiculously attractive robot at the front of every class. And apparently like there's certain things, like it's not allowed to address students by name, so it'll know them by a 4-digit code. They'll introduce themselves like, "Hi, I'm 8643," and they'll say, "Hey, 8643, let's get back to what we were talking about yesterday." And it will remember all of these kids, these students, based on the numbers, and it keeps files on them.
It feels...
Because they can't keep files on kids like names, so they do it by number. And again, yes, it feels very dystopian.
Yeah.
Like everything about that whole thing, like the same company that makes and sells the real dolls is making and selling these.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't feel like those two companies need to interact.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's off-putting.
That's a whole lot of no.
I don't know.
I don't want none of that.
They're testing it in this real tiny district. It's like 5,000 people in upstate New York. And
I wouldn't want my kid anywhere near that.
I know. And I feel like I hope they gave parents and students the opportunity to opt out.
Yeah.
Like that it wasn't like this is going to happen. But yeah, I'm sure it involves some kind of kickback to the city from the company. And
I'm sure someone's getting paid.
There's definitely some money changing hands for this one. But again,
it's a step in that direction. Like I keep seeing these little things, these little like tiptoes that we're taking towards what are we doing? Like why are we doing this? I did a story this morning in my nerd news about
I think it's inevitable.
Yale scientists, right? Yale scientists have created they're micro drones that specifically target beat patterns of wings of insects and can kill insects. But they do it like autonomously, like based on the wing beat pattern of the. I'm like, okay, so now we're just creating nanobots?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a sci-fi movie in your life? Nanobots are the worst thing because they can get like inside. They can get like, I don't know. I've seen
What's
too much.
next, like the brown note drones?
That's what I'm saying. They have the technology apparently. You know that
would be diabolical. The brown note drones.
What? Hey, what are those? Oh,
I can just picture the movie and it's like, and all.
There's I always bring it back to wrestling. There's a wrestling staple called the Don Callis family in AEW.
Yeah.
And they come out to literally the brown note. They just, it's their entrance music. I'm like, that's diabolical. That really is the most heel entrance music ever.
It's good.
It's pretty good.
It's good. But, yeah.
So the robots are coming for us. That's the basic gist of what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, have we not watched movies?
What's his name? It just left my head.
Movies are real.
James Cameron.
Yeah.
He came out and said Terminator 2 was a future documentary.
Yeah.
Like he made it as a warning. He's like, did you guys not get what I was doing with the Terminator series? Did y'all not figure that out?
We didn't care in the 80s.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, that's years away. We have 8-bit video games. We're not gonna
tapping each other on the shoulder. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Get to the chopper. That was our entire 80s, and now here we are.
Yeah, that's what we took from that movie. Silicon.
Actually, no. What I took from that, your clothes, give them to me.
Silicon. I'll be back. But I guess with no guests.
I heard a phone ring.
I did too, but I don't see no guests.
Anybody on the casting couch?
Nope, no guests. Very good. We'll give them another
couple
5
minutes.
It's only 12 after, so we'll give them a few more minutes, and then we'll have other plans. But you know what's funny is because Sean and I are both not feeling well, so it's like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, we're just trying to get to the finish line on this one.
I'm sorry, we really we're phoning it in today, kind of.
We earned it. It's a Friday, dog. We've been through this all week. You had Gary Laser Eyes earlier this week. I mean, you've had needles up in you, and
I feel beat up this week.
I'm feeling somebody's revenge. I don't know if it's Montezuma's or whose, but it's something. So
Elote's revenge.
Elote's revenge.
That does sound cool.
Oh man, it's.
I mean, not that part, but the Elote's revenge does have a cool ring to it.
It really does. But it sucks to kind of like put off of a food that I really, really like. It's like I'm not going to want it for a while.
And then all of a sudden I got an image of the band core going, "Are you ready?"
Speaking of, I think I mentioned it, but the William Shatner's band's tour writer includes a video intro by the band Gwar. I think that's.
I remember
if you're gonna make a request, making a request of Blothar the Destroyer, I feel like that's the move right there.
And I'm feeling Gwar would be very amenable to this scenario.
He's wildly progressive.
Yeah.
For a guy who dresses like Blothar does, he's pretty open.
Yeah, and say what you will of Gwar, they are showmen.
If you've never seen, and I can't remember if I've showed you the video, but if you've never seen the clip of Gwar covering Chapel Rowan's Pink Pony Club,
yeah,
it's just like 2 minutes of like perfection. It's great. It's like, at the Pink Pony Club, I will keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. It's.
I have not heard that, Gwar.
It's great. It's fantastic. Just in full bloated gut, infected gut. It's good stuff. Gwar out there doing the Lord's work, you know?
That's right. Well, pull back the curtain, and I know we've had this discussion before, but I think those guys truly were art students that could play instruments. Like it's not, they do the band so they could do the art. That's kind of where they're at.
It was less about the music and more about the expressionist nature of it. But
I feel like they're from like the University of Maryland or something like that. Like they have some kind of ties to that. I could be
also
wrong on
argue
that,
that Queen is kind of in that same vein, whereas theirs was, we just want to be scientists,
right?
But we all are gifted with this talent of music. So
except for Freddie.
Yeah, well,
Freddie was.
He was just
the showman.
Yeah, he was just talented.
Yeah.
Gwar.
Yeah, I don't. Probably not. For some reason, I feel like they went to college like in East Coast Maryland or something.
I couldn't even put it into a full sentence. I said, Gwar, where from?
Yeah.
Richmond, Virginia.
There it is. Okay,
Yeah.
I knew. I was like, I had
According to their
DMV.
sci-fi backstory, the band members are actually barbaric interplanetary warriors known as the Scum Dogs of the Universe.
Okay.
But yeah, they were from Richmond, Virginia, started by art students and musicians.
Okay.
So
I kind of thought they had like a Maryland DMV kind of connection somehow.
The true showmen come from Maryland.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And now I'm hearing more phone calls and more.
I did hear another
more
phone
activities.
call here.
I think we're safe.
I think so too. So let's do this. It is 7:16. Let's get you up to date on the weather. As soon as I get to the button.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Lots of sunshine today and very hot. Afternoon highs will be at about 105. Very slim chance of an afternoon thunderstorm around Roswell, but sunny everywhere else. For the overnight hours, a shower or thunderstorm may pop up. We'll be in the mid-70s, and then lots of sunshine coming up on Saturday. Afternoon highs about 100, maybe a little bit over. 102 and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
They're back. By popular demand, dollar days are back at Roswell Hyundai. That means $1 down is all it takes to drive away today with any vehicle on the lot. $1 down regardless of your credit. Good credit, bad credit, divorces, liens, repos. Roswell Hyundai wants to make it happen for you today. And with a simple approval process, Roswell Hyundai is making it easier than ever before to get into your dream ride. Right now, $1 is all it takes. Dollar days on now at Roswell Hyundai, 1909 West 2nd.
Check out some of the savings you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market. Select bags of Oreo cookies are 2 for $7, and boxes of Kraft mac and cheese are 5 for $5. In produce, Washington red cherries are $2.99 a pound, and select heats of fresh New Mexico green chili are 99 cents a pound. In the meat department, family packs of choice boneless beef chuck roast are $5.98 a pound, and quarter loin pork chops are just $1.98 a pound. These are just some of the bargains you'll find this week at your local Farmers Country Market.
The summer heat in New Mexico can put extra stress on your heart. Artesia General Hospital and our cardiology experts remind families, protect your heart while traveling and spending time outdoors. Stay hydrated, avoid strenuous activity during the hottest hours, and never ignore symptoms like chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, or irregular heartbeat. Take medications as prescribed and keep them cool during travel. Dr. Luther Weathers, MD in Artesia, and Elizabeth Madison, ACNP in Carlsbad, specialize in comprehensive heart care, from high blood pressure and heart rhythm issues to preventive wellness. Don't wait until it's an emergency. Get checked and enjoy summer with peace of mind. For extra cardiology services close to home, trust Artesia General Hospital. Artesia General Hospital. Healthy summers start here with heart care you can count on.
If you want to install a new roof, you can do it the cheap way or you can do it the right way. Jennifer here from Trustmark Roofing, and one of our customers recently found this out the hard way. He was going to hire us to re-roof his roof, but he found someone to do the job for $2,000 cheaper. Half a year later, this customer called us to re-inspect his brand new roof. Turns out this contractor was not a contractor at all. He had no license and no insurance. The roof was installed incorrectly and never had been passed by the city inspector. We had to re-roof his brand new roof, tear off the shingles, and start from scratch. It was the most expensive $2,000 anyone has ever saved. If you need a roof installed the right way, you can trust who your neighbors trust. You can trust Trustmark Roofing for no obligation to the penny quote on your roof transformation. Call 575-755-ROOF. That's 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The catfish has over 27,000 taste buds. Do you think they prefer fried or blackened? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, back from Asian Market, Nook is back with us. Good morning, Nook.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good. How are you? And daughter as well.
Yes, and a little one here too.
Got the family join you this morning.
Yes.
So
can't leave them home. You know, you have to take them.
Well, that's right.
You
the
go.
family goes, and it's the summer, so they're all out of school for
Right.
at least another couple weeks,
Mhm.
and then but a lot of things have changed since we've last talked to you at Asian Market.
Yes.
You new location and kind of since have now focused on being the market
Just
side.
the store, just the market itself for now.
So kind of just give us an update on how things have been since we last talked to you here.
Well, it's gonna be a while. How long we didn't?
It's been about a year since we've talked to you.
So
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
been a
I got
minute.
this little one.
Yeah, lots changed since the last kind of talk. Seen you.
So yeah, it's nothing. It's normal. Just it's time to change. You know.
Yeah.
So.
So what might you say? Because obviously I'm thinking up north you have a bigger space for the market.
Not really. It's about 3/4 of my
Is
old
it?
store.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was because to me I was thinking that's probably a bigger space over there, but I guess it's not. Okay.
No. So it will be right there around, not in the old big lot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be like. Big lot on the right hand side, right when you face to the building.
Yeah.
I will be on the very end of it.
It's kind of of the
Yeah.
big lot store
Yes.
there, so just a portion of it.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Gotcha. But in that shopping center there, where
Right.
Big Lots and
Right.
Peter Piper Pizza, all that
Some
little shop,
right there. So
the
we'll be
Goodwill's
one.
right in that shopping center there.
Mhm.
So that's going to be Asian Market's new home there.
Yes, it's gonna
on the
be.
corner. Okay.
Mhm.
And it now, is it because, like you said, you're focusing on the market side now? So it's
Yeah.
is it? So you're going to still have all the same, the sea of sauces and
Yes.
and the frozen meats and the
Mhm.
produce and what have you.
Well, I'm gonna keep everything. Excuse me. It's everything the same.
Gotcha.
But try to get some more new products.
Sure.
in. Yeah. So since we just moved and everything over there, we will open the door on August the 1st.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So here in about a week.
Yes, August the 1st, and then the time will be changed.
Okay.
Back then it's 10, right? Now we open from 9 to 6.
9 to 6,
Yes.
Monday through
Monday to Saturday.
Saturday. Okay.
And Sunday is 12 to 6.
Noon to 6. Okay.
Yeah,
Very
12
good.
to 6 on Sunday. So we just add one more day
Gotcha.
to see if if it's go good, we got customer coming out, then we will keep Sunday open.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if it's stay
Playing.
busy, we'll
Yes.
play it by ear kind of thing.
Yes.
So and of course for folks that don't know, if you never got to visit the when it was on down south on the South Main
Right.
location there,
Uh-huh.
really you get things from all over Asia and that's just it. If you're wanting Thai, Korean, Chinese, Japanese, you kind of have a good mix from
Yeah, we got a
all of
good
those.
mix. Yeah.
Asian cultures basically
Right.
here. So if you're looking for something Chinese,
Yeah,
you've
we
got a
got
lot
it.
of that, or if it's
Mhm.
Thai or
Korean,
Japanese or Korean.
Philippines,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a so when you say Asian market, it's all of that. You can go in there and if it's like if you go to the place on South Main, every time it was kind of a new, because yes, you have staples of things every time, but there's a lot of seasonal products or just things that were available from this time that weren't available because everything you get comes from Asia. It's products that are in
We
Asia.
open door this time is you will see everything is almost the same, but about a week after.
Yeah.
Then because I'm now in the processing of try to order some more in.
Okay.
When we move, I don't want to move everything. You know?
Sure.
Like why don't you just
sell down a little bit,
right?
Yeah.
So I don't have to work so
and then
hard.
have the new inventory shipped to the new place.
Exactly.
Smart.
Yeah.
Business smart.
So I don't want to work too hard on that part.
Yeah.
So yes, about a week after we open, then we will get some more stuff in, because right now in like a processing of ordering, and then I need to let my distributor know that we a new location. The shipping company need to know where we exactly at.
Sure, absolutely.
So kind of stuff like that.
So you're gonna have like more like the coolers with the cold drinks and all that, because that's always kind of the fun part. Is you can go there like if you want to try a tea or a different juice
everything.
or something. Yeah,
I'm gonna try to keep everything full refrigerator.
All right, very good. And of course, that's what I love too. Is if you're into soy sauce or what sriracha, whatever's the latest.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, you got. But you have like.
I don't have eel sauce though.
No eel sauce.
No eel sauce. You know what? I can find it, but it's coming with a 5-gallon.
Okay.
So
if you get it, it's in a big quantity.
Yes, it's gonna be.
So if you want it, you better really want it, because it's gonna come in a big jug.
Better put money up too.
And you're gonna be needing it for a while. But like your fish sauces or like you said, your soy sauces, any of that stuff.
Yes, it's still there.
Yeah, and then you also sell the equipment to make it. Like if you want to learn to make the wok or the
spatula,
the stuff to make sushi, the roll, the paper, the mats and things to roll and all that kind of stuff. To make the sticky rice, if you want to learn how to make proper sticky rice, and
now
you've got
a lot of people know how to make it. It's kind of like what's that? Teacher Google.
Yeah,
right?
they must have a YouTube video out there.
YouTube, Google, something like that. It's easy. Go find
Ask your daughter; she'll tell you where they are.
Do you know how to make some sticky rice?
Yeah.
How? Can you
taught me?
Can you please tell people how to?
I
was throwing into you, but you want to come to the show? That's what happened. Something surprise.
She put you to work. What's this? So, is there a trick? It's a good sticky rice.
The right consistency and like how long you cook it. Because if you cook it too long, that it most likely like stick together too much.
It's too sticky.
And then it's like mushy and like it sticks to your hands, and that's not good. And then if you don't cook it too long, then you'll have like little rice grains in it that aren't fully cooked.
Gotcha, crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you cook it just right, it'll be the perfect consistency and everything in sticky rice that you need.
So is it like the right amount of water per cup of rice? Is that the key?
No. That sticky rice that we make is we put it in the steamer.
Gotcha.
So you don't have to worry about you put too much water, you put too little water.
Okay.
That is another kind of rice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know if it was like the secrets and all that. But anyway,
there's no secret.
you can learn it. Come down.
Yeah.
And you have and you get the equipment right there to do it. Get the right stuff to do it, and
the
then
main thing is you got the equipment.
yeah.
How to do it? You can go to teacher Google.
Yeah, Google it. To be
Google
honest,
tell you
yeah,
everything.
That's right. You can learn anything.
Yep.
And that's like mechanics, like for your cars and stuff. Like you have the right like tools. The job's
that part I'm not sure.
the job's a little easier.
That part I'm not sure.
Yeah,
no.
it's kind of like the same thing. But and then of course, if you're always looking for requests and stuff, like you said, you do requests and things. Like you'll get people that maybe are from a certain country or spent time there, and they're asking for certain ingredients and things. You work with that stuff all the time, don't you? Or people
Yes,
be like, I'm looking for this certain type of sauce or certain type of thing, and you try to find it for them if you can.
I try.
Yeah.
I try to find for it. But remember one thing though, all the sauce and everything come in the box.
Sure.
The box is 12 in a big bottle.
So if you want a case of it, or
yes, it's kind of like that. If something that it's not gonna be going good, but one particular customer want it, I might can find for you, but you're gonna have to take the box though.
Sure.
Take the whole box. You can't take just one bottle.
Unless you get a bunch of requests for the same thing.
Exactly.
They got
And-
several people want it.
Right.
And yeah. But and that's if you really want to just kind of, and that's what I think is, you come in there when here August 1st when the new markets open back up here, just come in there and stroll, just to take a walk around and be like, I don't know what I want yet, but I'm going to find some things, and then you're gonna
see what we have over there, and then see what to see, and you might find something like what's that called? Particularly what you're looking for.
Sure.
But you might find something to substitute it.
Sure.
Right.
Or
From my store.
Absolutely. Or maybe you've been making something a certain way and not making it quite the traditional way because you didn't have the real the right ingredient. You had kind of something near it, kind of thing. And in the Asian market, you can get that and get the.
Yeah,
right
you might can find it.
Yeah, if you find a little bit of everything out there.
Yeah,
great. And don't forget snacks and things. Like
yes,
even like you'll see like
squid chip.
Chocolates and different. Of course, if you're a ramen fan,
yes,
you got
a lot.
7,000 different types of ramens.
That's too much. That's gonna take the whole big lot for it.
But you do have a bunch of different types of ramen.
Quite enough for what people want.
Sure. If you want a little spicy, you want sweet,
right.
you want big, massive tubs, smaller ones, whatever it is.
You want in a package to do yourself. You want in a bowl. You want what's that, self-heating? Yeah. So we have it.
What's your opinion?
What?
Like the proper way to do is the bowl cheating or? Because I always say like the bowl, you just add water. I mean, it's really easy and convenient.
You know what? To me, the ramen noodle is just a cheap way to cook. Anyway, it's easy.
Yeah. Well, ramen is it's instant cooking already.
Right.
It kind of is.
So it's just kind of like to me. Oh, if not, I don't know what I'm gonna eat tonight. Let's do something easy. Boil some water.
Like, have you ever tried to like just the actual homemade, like make ramen noodle?
No.
Is it very complicated?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does anybody try that? Is that like
it's kind of from the scratch thing like that? You do it yourself.
Yeah. I'm just like, is there some grandmas back somewhere in Asia making like homemade ramen? Like rolling it or whatever they do to make all that pasta.
Only fun to watch them on YouTube or on the video.
Right, that's what we all do. Same thing. We all watch the YouTube.
But if for you to do it yourself, I think you're gonna have to have right or exactly recipe to make it come out good.
Sure.
To make it stick along straight.
Perfect. Kind of even. Yeah. Otherwise, it's. You got one noodle this thick and one real thin. Yeah.
At least you want to play around. Like, I'm going to try my own recipe. Then something like that.
I figure there's got to be like, I don't know, did y'all have Play-Doh when you were a kid? Where you, I feel like there's like we could put a Play-Doh thing where you can just like, it makes like consistent.
But before
noodles.
it's become the Play-Doh, no, you think how that they're going to have to do something first, right?
Yeah.
And before it become a Play-Doh for you to put it in.
Right, you gotta make the dough right. The dough ain't right, it ain't right. Yeah. But I figured that'd be the easy. I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
So I speaking of cooking though, I do gotta ask because I was a huge fan of your food.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's not around anymore is kind of a bummer to me.
Yeah.
Like, so
sorry.
Is there like are you ever going to get a wild hair every once in a while?
Yeah, that is what something that's going to be a next project.
I gotcha.
So after the store is settled down for a little bit,
gotcha.
I might looking for a location or some like food truck or whatever.
Oh, okay, maybe go in a food truck direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
So probably gonna go to that one.
All right. Mm-hmm. I like what you're putting down there. Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna be just probably I would say it's about 3-4 months from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to get the market all established
exactly.
to get that, situated and what have you, and going.
And then we go another one.
Nice.
You can't run before you even can walk, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go slow.
So how are you doing as far as getting the business set up and everything? Is staffing and all that? Are you good on all that? Or you need help there? Or where are you?
I still have my take my employee from my old
so
store.
they're all still with you and everything. Then I got you.
Some of them you might not see them so often. Maybe take care of him, please.
They are they're in the back.
But they will be in and out.
Gotcha.
Kind of like give me a hand, come help when I need help. Because we kind of like, okay, I will call you guys if I need help.
Right.
So I hope they're happy still to come help.
Good. Good. Well, I'm glad because sometimes and sometimes you need more people. But beginning August now, is the other market closed right now? The south end, it's closed as you're doing the move over here.
It's closed. It's been closed, permanently closed on about 2 weeks ago already because we moved everything out.
So if you're hankering, don't worry. You are days away. August 1st. Next. That's like next Saturday.
Week.
Next Saturday.
Next week.
1 week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Asian market will be back open at its new location here on North Main.
Yes.
What's the actual address?
Okay, the address is 2601
North Main.
C.
Okay.
The C cat, suit C.
But it's a portion of the old Big Lots building.
Yes, the portion of that center.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So you just go where the Big Lots used to be there.
Yeah, you're not gonna miss me. You will see me.
Right there, by the Coca Parata.
I don't know what it
There's a restaurant that's kind of right around the corner. It used to be the old Burger King. Everything's gonna be used to be the old. I
don't know.
But it's all there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yes, and then like I said, the phone number is changed.
Yes, new number.
I cannot sing that song again anymore. So sad. That's
sorry.
bad.
The 80s song.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
She's like, I'm sorry to hear it.
You don't like my singing?
No, not really.
You're so mean, Abby.
So what is the new phone number?
The new phone number is 575-626-1289.
1289.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very good.
626-1289.
Very good.
Yeah.
So, again, 1 week from tomorrow.
Yes.
Come see the new Asian market here on North Main.
Yes.
Like you said, the Big Lots, the old Big Lots store. It's one of the portion
right there. You will see us.
Come see the new Asian market. Come see all the new shelves, new items, new stuff.
New Asian market video owner.
Yes. all the stuff you love with a few new stuff too. So, good deal. Is there anything we missed?
Huh?
Did we get everything? Is there anything else we want to mention?
Wait, we told about the business hour have been changed.
Yes.
Monday to Saturday, 9 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, it will be 12 to 6.
Noon to 6.
Yeah.
So, but open every day here.
Yes, open every day.
Beginning again August 1st here.
Yes,
1 week
1st.
from tomorrow. Come see it. Well, excellent. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I'm so sorry for your chicken fried rice.
Well,
You're going to be waiting for a while.
I'll wait for the food truck.
Yeah.
I will patiently wait. I will patiently wait for the food truck here.
When we get this one settled, like I said, yes, I will tell you guys that, hey, I'm ready to open.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. So.
Yep.
Good deal. In the meantime, come by and learn to make it yourself.
Yes.
Excellent.
Right now, you make it yourself.
Yeah, perfect. Well, thank you, Nook, and thank
You're
you guys.
welcome.
And we'll see you next time, okay?
All right.
All right. And stay cool. It's 137 degrees every day.
Yeah, it make people crazy with the hot heat thing.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is 9:37. We're going to pause for news and quick break and all that. We'll be back. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. 16-year-old Colt Gray has pleaded guilty to all charges stemming from the 2024 massacre at Appalachian High School in Winder, Georgia. 2 students and 2 teachers were killed in the attack. President Trump's patience is running out. That from White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt, who says it's time for the Senate to pass the Save America Act. 2 key provisions of the act, voter ID and proof of citizenship. The U.S. military not letting up on Iran, having conducted a 13th night of strikes on Iranian targets, hitting drone facilities and coastal surveillance sites, that according to U.S. Central Command. And Ukrainian President Zelensky says he has met in Kiev with representatives of Raytheon to talk about the joint production of Patriot air defense systems. On Wall Street, stocks are mixed, and this is SRN News.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
You know, I'm telling you, all of you, embrace freedom. Find your God-given talent and find something you love to do. And then find a way, especially if you're younger, to make money at it. You know, when I got into radio, I loved it. Didn't make any money at it. Worked for free for a long time. Got paid $19,000 a year, my first paid gig in 1990. Never thought I'd be successful, to be blunt, but I work hard at it. And, you know, God's blessed me more than I deserve. I'll put that part of the equation and acknowledge that, you know, of myself, I can do nothing. And, you know, I'm just telling you, freedom is the answer. It's not statism, Marxism, communism, redistributionism, socialism. It's all on the ballot. It's all coming to you in 3 months.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
I know the headlines move on, but the heartache and the aftermath of being hit by Iran and their proxies, and the terror and the fight for survival, that does not go away. Iran, all these proxies continue to target Israel. Look what they're doing. They target densely populated areas. The result is a humanitarian crisis in Israel. People need the basics. They need food and water and shelter and clothing and medications. And that's where our friends at the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews are needed. But they can't do the great work of providing humanitarian assistance without your help. There was a recent Hezbollah drone attack in one city, the home of a widow earlier this year. She was trapped inside by the blast. And, she says, quote, "It's hard these days, but I don't want to leave. Please help. Just go to their website, prayifcj.org. Please donate generously, and your money is being used for all the right purposes. Prayifcj.org. That's prayifcj.org.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Lots of sunshine today and very hot. Afternoon highs will be at about 105. Very slim chance of an afternoon thunderstorm around Roswell, but sunny everywhere else. For the overnight hours, a shower or thunderstorm may pop up. We'll be in the mid-70s, and then lots of sunshine coming up on Saturday. Afternoon highs about 100, maybe a little bit over. 102 and sunny on Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street managed some gains in today's early going, while oil prices retreated for the first time in a week. This even as fighting in the Mideast threatens to slow the global flow of oil and gas. The U.S. is imposing tariffs of 10% to 12.5% on imports from 60 trading partners, accounting for 99% of U.S. imports. The Trump administration says those countries failed to fully enforce bans on goods produced by forced labor. After hitting $102 per barrel a day earlier, Brent crude fell $3.02 to $97.67 per barrel. U.S. benchmark crude slipped $2.43 to $89.76 per barrel. Even with today's declines, both standards are up more than 10% this week. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas, ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Hey, Roswell, time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we know you're no stranger to setting big goals, whether in school, at work, or in life, and you're ready for more. At UMGC, we offer the skills-based education you need to move your career forward. Learn how to apply AI, data science, and other emerging tech, plus gain skills in leadership and critical thinking. You've come far. Succeed again. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start August 12th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
Morning without Winters. You know, I have a co-host that tends to not, I'm the co-host. I have a host who tends to not write things down on the schedule. So with that in mind, we are pulling double duty this hour once again as well. And for the short time that we have left, and we'll get them rescheduled to have more time coming up here in the future. But since we do have a few minutes, why not have a chat with old Elliot from Lone Depot? How are you doing this morning, sir?
We are doing just fine. Good morning,
Elliot Rodriguez from Lone Depot, of course. My apologies. I did not. This happened last hour too. We were double booked last hour too. So I did not know. But we will get you back on the schedule and I will write it down this time. I'll do what he doesn't. So how are things? How's the market?
You know what? Doing great. Very busy. You know, that doesn't slow down lately for some crazy reason. It's continue going that way. I'm very grateful, to God on that part. I love it. So doing a lot of things. A lot of things are happening.
Sure.
As everybody know, the market's up and down. So it's one of those things, So
it's so funny. We're in that weird period of time where I'm simultaneously hearing people like, I can't afford to feed my kids. I can't afford gas in my car. Hey, $100 family pack of fireworks that are going to be just smoke and ash in 2 days.
And that stuff sells.
And it's sold out. It's a weird juxtaposition. So it tells me people have money when it's something that they aspire to or something that they want.
It's very true.
Like
somehow it appears. Somehow it appears.
Money makes itself available. So,
a side note, though, why I wanted to say thank you for the coffee, that it was excellent. Okay.
Yeah? Oh, yes. Yeah. So, pull back of the curtain. We work with a guy here named Doug who he lives in Costa Rica. He was recently back visiting Costa Rica, his wife and family, and he brought me back this bag of Costa Rican coffee. Now, I personally am not a huge coffee fan. And honestly, the ones I have are Keurig, so I didn't really have a drip coffee maker. But the verdict is in. It's good.
Yeah, she said she loved it, so it's pretty good. So she wanted me to tell you.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad to pass along some Java love.
The market, it's still happening. Okay. There's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of, programs going on to help people.
Yes.
So the fact of the matter is, even if you're a first-time home buyer or you're not a first-time home buyer, there's still programs to help you if you're a little short on money as far as having, money for the down payment and so on. Okay. So don't be discouraged. Don't worry about what's happening in, overseas. Don't worry about what is happening, on the news. Everybody just need to look back and see where they're fit. And we'll take care of you from there, And it's not slowing down. As you can see, homes are being built. Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening,
A lot of new construction here in the area. And the other thing is, something I was going to touch on is if you look back 5 years ago, people who, took that time, made that investment, made the sacrifice to invest in their home, whether it's their first home or another home. And then you look at today and how much equity has been put into those places, how much money has been added onto those homes. The value of a home from 2020 to 2026 is leaps and bounds difference.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, so if you think about getting into the market now, who knows where it's going to go from here? You could have double your value by 5 years from now.
Yeah, and that's that's a good possibility. I mean, there's so many programs. I mean, you still have MFA,
right?
You know, the New Mexico housing that gives us for first-time home buyers, you know, the money for the down payment and even money for some closing costs.
Right.
For repeating and new buyers, I also have a program of our own, which is Access Zero. Okay, that is one that we have that, especially when you're a repeating buyer, you know, if the numbers work and you need a little assistance because, you know, obviously you already own a home or whatever,
right?
But you want to, you know, upgrade to a better house, a bigger house, etc. All different locations, so on. Everybody has different, you know, scenarios for that. We still can assist us just the same, you know. And the awesomeness on that is, it's no more just for the first-time home buyer. Obviously, we concentrate on those, but the fact of the matter is we can help everybody.
Right.
You know.
And when you're looking for assistance, I mean, even if you're in a place where, you know, you've got the means, you've got the ability, you still need, you know, the resources. You still need to know who to talk to, what phone numbers to call, what you know, texts or emails to send. That's when you go talk to a pro, and that's where you know, folks like Loan Depot.
I help a lot of people. I just posted last night, and I'm gonna put it on the storyline in a few, you know, this morning. You know, an individual that went to different places. She started actually with me, you know, and I tell them, you need to do this, you need to do this, but they didn't move forward to do it, and then they jumped to somebody else, you know, and then jumped to somebody else. They even came back to my own guy, which is funny, and then that didn't work out, and then eventually they came back to me again.
Right.
Okay. So the funniest thing is, I tell them, no, you need to do this, this, and that, just like I told you. This time we did it, and guess what? She owns a home already. And I love that because some other people say no, and guess what? We say yes. You need the right team on your side.
Right.
And if you don't have that, okay, obviously you're not being looked as a person. You're being looked as a number only.
Exactly.
And I'm sorry, I don't do that in my house. We do differently. Okay. Everybody counts. I don't care how big or small the loan is.
Right.
We're here to take care of you.
You're part of. You're joining a team. You're making yourself part of a team, and that team is going to be more powerful at the time of decision, at the time of closing. That team's going to be more powerful for you than you yourself.
Exactly.
So having that backup is
and you if you do what I ask you, I have this saying, okay, to the customers. I like, look, you're the boss, which is true. We work for them, okay. You know, I think some of my competitors kind of tend to forget that part, but I don't, because every day the reason I have my doors open is because of all the clients that we have and all the families that we help. Okay, or the partners that we assist. Okay, in the end of the day, is to help all those people. I don't have any other agenda but to help every person that is, you know, inspired to buy a house, that have the dream and ownership, to help them deliver a home. I don't care what type of loan it is. I don't care how big or small. I don't care how complicated it is. Okay, you need somebody in your corner to do those things. You know, and I've seen this over and over. The loans are a little smaller, so some of our competitors tend to not really give too much of a, you know, side to it.
Right.
I take everybody, you know.
I say this all the time that you know, in my line of work, that you'll have a business that'll want to do an ad campaign, and they'll have maybe $250, $300 to spend. That $250, $300 that they have to spend is more valuable to them than the $2,000 of an ad budget that some faceless company has, because that money is taking from a light bill, taking from part of an employee's salary. That's an investment to them, and that's something that Elliot knows about is the investment side of things. You know, yes, they're there to help, but they need to know that you've got skin in the game. They need to know that you are willing to make the commitment. When you're handed something for free, it's not it loses all value.
Oh, 100%.
But when you pay for it, you understand its intrinsic value because something has been sacrificed of you to get it. So that's a big part of it. Yes, Elliot's here to help. Elliot's got resources. Elliot's got a team. What you need to have is, number one, the means, but number two, the ability to be humble, ask questions, not think that you know everything, because folks like Elliot, they've been through this 1,000 times. That's where the assistance comes in. That's where the expertise comes in.
And let me tell you something. I say this line to my customers. I'm going to show you how easy it is to buy a house. Now, in reality, it's not easy, folks.
Right.
In my side.
Right.
For you, it's supposed to be easy. As long as you follow my lead, you do what I ask you. You give me what I need from you. Okay? Because believe it or not, I still have people say, why are you asking for this? Well, you want a loan? I need it.
Right.
But you give me what I need, you know, do what I ask you to do. As long as I'm not telling you to break the law and do something stupid, just give it to me. And I promise you, okay, actually, I'll give you my word that the process will be actually smooth. I hear the stories and nightmares and stuff that people tell me all the time. It's like, well, I'm sorry, you were with the wrong people, okay? Because in the end of the day, yes, things happen. Because I almost sound like I'm, you know, a Harry Potter sometimes, and I make magic, but I really do not make magic. I'm like an attorney.
You know what works. You know what levers to pull, what cogs to move to make it work.
It's almost like the movie when he says, "I can only prove what I can prove." You know, so it's not just saying what you feel or what you believe only. It's doing what you can prove and you can make happen. And guess what? Knowing the guidelines and the rules and having the experience, oh my goodness, it comes a long way.
And the experience is I think the most important part, because the way I see it in my head is, you know, when somebody has a situation, they're like, my situation is 100% unique. Nobody's ever seen this before. But to you, that's a Jerry. That's a Susan. You know, I've dealt with that exact situation before, so I know exactly who to call, what resources to make available to you to make this happen for you, so that you don't have to do it. You could, but I can do it better, faster, and more efficiently to make it easier for you.
I love it. Let me tell you something. Yesterday, I got a phone call from an underwriter. I thought they were calling me from one of my files. I have a hiccup or have a problem. You know, usually when underwriter calls you, you think something like that is coming up. So it's like, all right, what we got today? No, it was actually the other way around. They were actually calling, a particular individual was actually calling me, hey, Elliot, I got this thing going on, has nothing to do with any of your files. Question, can we do this? Do the state of New Mexico allow us to do this, blah, blah, blah? And you know what? It's so awesome that I can say yes, 100%. Same thing goes with other loan officers, in our area. They sometimes call me and ask me, hey, can you do this and this and that? And I got one that called me yesterday, asking me the same thing. I said, oh, I just did one of those last week. So yeah, you definitely 100% can do that.
You know why that's so refreshing?
I love that.
You know why that's so refreshing to me? Because that exact scenario, I can hear it in my head right now. My boss would have been, well, Grok said that, immediately they go to AI. Immediately they go to ask ChatGPT. But people trust you over dumb AI, and that's a difference maker.
Well, one of the things that is very important, AI is a great tool. I get it, okay? But the fact of the matter is getting information from the web. It's getting information from many places. That's the part that we have to be careful that we are dealing with.
Right, absolutely.
But anybody out there, I've been doing this. I've been in the radio for what? Jesus, over 7 years I've been doing this. Folks, if you're in the market to buy a home, we have the tools.
Yes.
We have, what is that? What that comedy, joke is like, we have the technology. We have the tools.
We can rebuild them.
We can rebuild it. We can do it. The fact is, we really do. Okay? You just have to follow our lead, do what we ask you to do, and I'll promise you one thing. I'll get you to a home. Can we do it in a month? Can we do it in 3 months? Can we do it in 6 months? You'd be surprised. A lot of times I can do it way, faster than a lot of people, think. Somebody told you before, you cannot do this. I'm sorry, you don't qualify for it. You know what? You need a second opinion to somebody. Because in the past 30 days or so, I have deals that other competitors say, no, we cannot help you. And guess what? They own a home right now.
Right.
Okay. I don't understand it, but guess what? That's okay, because I'm here to take care of everybody else.
And the cool part about that is every time he encounters one of those situations, that's another Jim, Susan, John.
Exactly.
That's another, I've seen a new situation, a new scenario, and now I know which key to use to unlock it for the home buyer.
And we want to take care of everybody. Everybody matters.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't want people to feel like, oh my God, you can't ask that question. 100% you need to ask that question. I keep saying,
if it's important to you, it's going to come up, at some point. So
there's the saying, there's not a stupid question. The only question that is stupid is the one you don't ask. Okay. You have the capability of buying a home. You're renting. You have a job for 2 years. You do everything. You file taxes. You do what you're supposed to. I'm pretty sure we could buy a house.
Right.
We just have to find the right box for you.
That's right.
Okay. And everybody has to find the box, put everything neat in there, and guess it happened. So you don't have to worry about what's happening in the market and who tell you no before. we'll help you.
That's right. Folks want more information. How do they reach out to you?
All right, so you could reach out to me on my cell number, which is 719-237-4680, or you could send me an email, Elliot, E-L-I-O-T, Rodriguez, with a G and the Z, at loandepot.com.
Right. Or just search for Loan Depot on Loan Depot Roswell on social media, and you can find
you can find me
there.
and look me up, and you'll find me.
Well, Elliot, so sorry we had
it's
such
all
a
right.
short
It's
amount of
all
time.
good.
We'll get to you next time for sure.
All right, sounds good.
Promise.
Elliot Rodriguez from Loan Depot. That's going to do it for us for today's show. Thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your day. Have an amazing weekend. Stay cool. That's going to be easier said than done. Hopefully, cross your fingers, we'll get a little rain here tonight and or this afternoon, this evening. We'll see, hopefully. But apologize for being a little under the weather today. Kind of a cattywampus show, but we're limping into Friday. Hopefully, everything will be all good for